Hey, well, first of all, I'd like to say, and I is gonna find me, because I want to be a part of this fucking dumb wannabe tennis tour.
You know, I think they got his testicles so far up their mouths that this is bullshit, you know?
I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm just thinking about having won the world title and hopefully trying to win another one someday. You just drop in and just smack the back, drop down, say bah! Well, I'll tell you, Stu, I did travel some humongous ways.
Oh, got the paper plane? Oh, stuff looks good on it.
Not bad.
Ain't that swell? With Jed and Vaughn.
Oh, those guys are back!
Get a haircut.
Smithy, I've been getting a bit sentimental lately about just when I was a grom and like the first sort of like pop culture references and my exposure to the first like, I don't know, just sort of my first steps into surf culture without someone leading me. Like, you know, my dad pushed me onto waves and all that. But when I started very first buying surf mags and like opening the pages and smelling it and just the colours and shit, because, you know, I was like an 80s, early 90s grom. And so like the fluoro and the frickin' like characters and all that just really popped off the page. And man, the best thing was when I was like, I think I was like 12, my grandparents got me a subscription to Surfing World. And that was the first thing that was just mine in surfing. Like before I even got a board, I think. And the first double page in every Surfing World was a Billabong ad. And mate, I'll never forget opening this page and just seeing that double page spread of Munga like on that one at Burleigh. I think it's out the Cove, just that green crystallized like freaking the shot. Like still I reckon maybe one of the like top 5 most iconic Australian surf shots ever.
With that distinctive lip line. It's so Gold Coast. It's
Mate,
so etched into your childhood memory.
So mad. And like that shot can take me back to that moment if I see it now. Like it's that sort of like informative to me. Like it brings back the most joyful experience of my entire grom life because I could not believe that was an hour from where I live, first of all. And second of all, Munga in that shot looks about 14. Like I didn't know who he was at the time. So I'm just looking at this kid on this wave going, what? And yeah, man, just those bong ads in the front of mags. Like they always had the best shot and there was nothing on them except the surfer's name and only a surfer knows the feeling, bro. Do you have a memory like an AI shot or a TB shot, or do you have that sort of memory with a bong ad that just twisted you up?
Well, when I think of like my earliest connection to surfing, it's pretty much it was a Coke Classic. I think Taj beat Slater, or Slater beat Taj in the final, maybe like 97, 96. And
hang on, wait. Did Taj beat Kalani Robb in the final?
Right. Slater was in the semis, maybe?
Yeah.
Taj beat Slater in the semis, maybe?
Yeah.
And then
Manly Beach?
Manly Beach?
Yeah, that's the one.
And then afterwards, my Uncle Charlie had some weird connection with Gordon Merchant because we were up at his apartment overlooking Manly afterwards. So,
what?
Yeah,
Hanging out with Gordon Merchant?
He wasn't there. I don't know why we were there.
Yeah.
He wasn't. But that was the story. So, you know, just Gordon and the Billabong stable opening their apartments and their world to the Swellians from way back when, planting the seed of surfing greatness. Because it was like a full like looking down on Queensy, like the ultimate apartment, looking straight at the contest site, and I was just pinching myself. I'd never seen anything like it. It was the greatest day of my life. TB,
first ever CT win that was.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and
that's his first.
Surfing for Billabong.
Yeah.
And then we're up in the fucking head honcho's apartment, looking down at it all minutes later. It was mad.
Imagine how many people's first experience of like surf stoke is through the bong.
Yeah.
That's what stokes me out. And like, fuck, man, they've been supporting this show since day dot when we were like, honestly, the early shows and our first live shows are fucking classically torched. And they were just like, let's get on this. Fucking good on them, mate.
Yeah, respect to the core. Plenty of respect
to the bong. Thanks for supporting Ain't That Swell. And if you want to support Ain't That Swell, get on the bongcron right now.
Bono, the Swellness Summit Power Up is on this weekend. Saturday, February 21st at B3 there in Brunswick Heads. It's totally family friendly. Bring the groms, bring the misso, bring your mates. It's pretty much a free community event. I think it's like $20 or free, up to you.
Yeah.
Donations are very welcome though, because we're looking to reinvest all money we get back into this concept and basically get mental health tools out into the community, save lives, and also just power up and feel amazing. We're going to biohack our way to nirvana, to a feeling of immense bliss, satisfaction, connection. And then there's a skits, pommy, Berlin-infused doof going on the beach down there at Bruns, just towards Tiger. So we're walking straight there after an old-fashioned sand on the sand.
So what are some of the modalities that we're sort of tapping into at this power up?
So we'll be doing breath work that's out of that Chumo, that Tibetan style, which is basically the seed of Wim Hof and that technique. There'll be some functional movement. There'll be hot, what they call contrast therapy, which is like hot and cold. We like, ice bath, not like full blown ice bath, but something pretty cold, and a high end sauna. They've got like a surround sound system throughout the whole venue, so we'll be able to pump some trippy Alan Watts sermons and trip hop and whatever else. And then we'll be having a few chats with some legendary crew throughout the day, including Elliot Foote, the Lost at Sea survivor from that skits fucking Indo story where their banana boat fucking tipped into the massive ocean.
That's going to be worth coming down for on its own, despite the fact, like, talk about resilience, talk about like just bouncing back from fucking PTSD, all that stuff. Epic combo that's going to be, man.
We'll have Simo from the Clink podcast down there. Simo, the ex-sergeant at arms of the Rebels bikie gang. I think he did 6 years inside and turned a corner and has one of the best podcasts in the universe. Absolute legend when you talk about resilience and coping with trauma, like the early trauma he suffered as a child is like
hectic.
One of the most graphic stories of all time. We'll have some kind of biohacking lords. Teddy Emerald, the empowerment coach we've had on the podcast in the past. Benny Owens, the guy who owns Social Remedy and B3. This guy is one of the great minds when it comes to the intersection of science, spirituality, and this kind of crazy little chapter humanity has found itself in, where we are able to combine the knowledge of the East with the metrics and science of the West to create something amazing. And we're going to be on the very cutting edge of that this weekend. So come on down.
And wait, perineum tanning, or is that? I've heard rumors.
That's volume 2. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing day, and it's a full blown experiment. Like we don't really know how exactly it's going to unfold. We had the protocols in place, but in terms of how we're all going to feel, and like we've never done anything like this before. So come down, be a part of it.
Sick, mate.
Essentially, it's just fucking to make us all feel mad.
And what tickets are just like, you can buy a ticket and sort of make a donation so we can cover the costs, or you can just come down if you feel like a power up, right? Yeah,
exactly. And you can go online. I think the ticket link's in our bio on the Instagram page. You can come down, you can pay in person, you can come down for free.
Mad.
Let's power up. Shredheads, waxheads, kooks and barnies, welcome to Ain't That Swell, the radio show dedicated to cutting fucking sick. Little Freddie Mercury. Sick. I'm your host, the 2-time Gold Cone Peace Board winning surf journalist, Scum Valley's finest himself, the punch-drunk pikey, the sultan of psilocybin, the maestro of micro-dosing, Smiv. And I'm joined here as always by my loyal co-host and friend, frontman of the Goons of Doom, former editor of Surfing World Magazine, Tracks Magazine, and Waves Magazine, Vaughan Rinsed Corn Deadly.
G'day, Smivy. I needed that. I had a weird experience this morning, man. I fucking went surfing at Broken, wobbly, high tide Broken. There's swell. There's energy in the water. I fucking didn't catch a wave. I literally did not stand up. It was so weird, dude. Like, I can't remember the last time that happened. I wasn't even flustered or like bummed about it. I was just sitting out there kind of giggling, going like, wow, this is just super trippy. Beautiful morning. Heaps of people out, but real friendly crowd, like no one jonesing. Wilco had his little Grom school sort of up in the corner. They were getting plenty of waves. I looked down the beach. There was a bunch of sort of Israeli chicks just, trimming. trimming the line, mate.
I think going to say trimming their pubes.
Ah, well, maybe. Yeah, I think they are a hairy bunch. I reckon a little bit of a pube trim could probably go all right. They love the hair over there. You've seen the Zoltan movie, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. They
Here's
are
the bush.
a robust,
They
bushy
love the
bunch.
bush.
Yeah.
But yeah, trippy, man. I was just out there. So anyway, after a while, I just paddled up my wife, had a little smooch, came in feeling good. It was awesome, man.
Well, it's like the great Jorge Greenhoff says, any day you got to go out is a good day. You
That's
got to
it,
go
man.
out, and it's a good day.
Well, also, Jerry Lopez says that surfing is paddling. Paddling is surfing. Like when he was supping, he felt like he was not surfing, which is crazy because he was catching fucking thousands of waves. But when we did that interview with him, he was saying, man, paddling is the surfing and riding waves with the cherry on top. And I've heard Parko say something similar when he was going in the wave pool. He goes,
Yes.
yeah, it's fun. You're skating. You're kind of like in the skate park, but you're not surfing, man. He goes, surfing is duck diving. Surfing's feeling like the elements on you. Surfing's like, screaming at some cunt. Fuck off, I'm on the inside.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. I think that explains why there is so much suffering in surfing. I think people don't realize how much they're suffering when they're in the water. Like chasing waves down and positioning yourself. Like the whole chess match of trying to predict where some lump that's been generated thousands of kilometers away, where that's going to
on the surface
land.
of the sun, Smithy.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, bruv.
Fully. Where that triangle is going to land on a sandbar or a reef break and just get in position to catch it, and then you finally get in there and some cunt's on your inside or your outside trying to take it off you. You're ready to blow a fuse.
Yeah, run it straight. To the beach.
Hey!
To the space!
We waited all day for that!
Oh, mate.
You fucking cunt! Let's go to the beach!
Yeah, surfing, eh? But I'll tell you, I came in, cloud nine, mate. I was fizzing. Smooching your woman out the back is just the greatest feeling. On a beautiful, sunny, translucent morning. Yeah, pubes everywhere. Israeli pubes just all over the lineup. And there's me just smooching me chick. Fuck, I was happy. Yeah, you go, Bono!
Unbelievable when you give your bird a smooch, you pull back and you're somehow pulling a pube from out of your mouth. You're like, what the? And then you look around and the water's just full of them. You're just like, what's going on here?
I know.
Anyway, we're going to get to that a bit later in the program. This fatberg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's been these fat balls that have emanated from a fatberg down there in the eastern suburbs. Talk about a disgrace. It's fucking basically the cleared plug hole of every single eastern suburbs, even Sydney, inner west. It's all ended up in the ocean down there. And people are just picking pubes.
Well, people haven't
waste
seen
between their teeth.
balls that fat washing up since Sean Briley got detonated out pipeline and sent, beaching himself up the beach there.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a fatberg.
Big fat balls.
Yeah.
Anyway. Bingo bar!
Number 5. Torquay coned their way to victory at an all-time classic in the inaugural World Club Championships. Rinsecorn. This contest had everything. Insane talent from across the planet and the generations. Cop a load of this draw. There was a Mick Fanning versus Joel Parkinson club round heat that went down at pretty pumping.
Snapper v. Kira.
Yeah. The ultimate local derby grudge match.
Just like Pete Townend surfs for Kira, Rab surfs for Snapper. Cooley kids redone. And fucking how good's that shit, dude?
Intergenerational. And we talk about how tight they are as mates, but let's not forget that when they were jousting for a world title, it was fucking full-blown inter-club blood feud, on many levels. 2 Boardrider champions going head-to-head, 2 clubs going head-to-head, and 2 Cooley Titans going head-to-head. And there was a bit of that energy in this one. They wanted to win.
So last year, remember the Legacy Heat at Burleigh? Where Mick and Joel paddled out for a mano a mano.
Correct.
Nose v Platinum Albino. And believe it or not, their head-to-head record in CT heats prior to that was dead even.
Wow.
8 apiece.
Holy
So
smokes.
Parko gets a little nod over MF. And in this one, you just know Mick was paddling out with that score in the back of his mind. That's how serious they get when they pull on those rashies against each other, especially for clubs, man. Fucking wild scene. And did you see the clips that the World Club Challenge put out of that? It felt like Origin, as they're panning around Mick, who's a blue, a fucking true blue, God-fearing, Butte, Aussie blue, and Parko, a dirty little reprobate, slimy, cheating fucking Queenslander. It has a bit of just so many ingredients simmering underneath it all, doesn't it?
And one of the most tantalising ingredients was the fact that Kersey was actually slated to surf that heat. And Parko's pulled out the hook and hooked him last minute and said, "No, I'm fucking mixing this heat. I'm running it straight, mate. I'm in this thing."
Yeah, jonesing. Yeah, so that was interesting, wasn't it? He just, because Kersey was always little brother to those boys anyway, and Parko saw Mick and he went for backseat, Grom. Back in the back seat. Papa's getting in the front. And, how did it play out?
I can't remember. Well...
Me neither.
All I remember is the two kind of bobbled turns. Back to back, Mick. What was the story there? I'm just trying to... was it coming off the bottom after hacking one? Well, that was Parko. Parko did a crazy carve down and then kind of got caught behind the section, went to pump off the bottom and just kind of ankle tapped himself and face planted into the trough. And I think Mick maybe lost the handle on one at the bottom, but pretty crazy. It said to me that these guys were trying to surf at Formula One World Tour velocity, but they've just lost a little bit of that deft control because everything looked in place. It looked exactly as it had looked 10 years prior when they were both jousting for titles. It's just that, there has to be a little wrinkle somewhere.
I think maybe that's just the heat of each other bringing them unstuck, because the clips that I've seen recently of Mick, fuck, have you caught that one? I reposted it of him on a new DHD model at Trestles going that loony, dude, world class CT level surfing. But as we've discussed many times on this show, Smivvy, the heat of combat, mate, an old rival, it just gets under the skin a little bit. It's not sitting as well. You're not paddling out with the same confidence when you know you got someone ready to fucking dig or bash you around with that huge schnoz.
Yeah, they were just pushing that little bit too hard because they were that stinging to get the rub. What else did we have there? Yeah, in the women's draw, there was talent ranging from Lane Beachley, surfing for freshwater, all the way down to Lehani Zorich from Byron, who was fucking shrouding. Hope the knee's all right. How is that? I mean, which actually is a nice seg into the big controversy of the day. That happened in the heat so Lehani's ended up in this crazy dash to the shore to try and secure 3 points for Byron. And in the process, she's gone into a pothole and done a knee injury and just kind of collapsed on the sand. It was one of the great kind of moments of grit and tenacity from the young Byron Queen. Meanwhile, Sierra Kerr is in the lineup and releases dad Josh, who jumps off into the keyhole and just calmly walks back onto the sand, kickstarting one of the great feuds of all time that we've seen in any kind of club event. Do you want to get into the particulars of it? I mean, mate, look, essentially, it bumped San Clemente from second place into third.
Yep.
Snapper was able to leapfrog into second. And, look, it was clearly written in the rules. The entire team has to be on the sand. And somehow Snapper managed to find this weird grey area that they exploited, and the judges bizarrely sided with him. Yeah. Which I still don't really understand that ruling. And then San Clemente's had to lodge an official protest, which kickstart. Look, you put a little bit of blood in the water at any club round event, and it triggers the fucking tsunami of all tsunamis of complaining. Yeah. It was just an endless queue where every single club thought they now had the right to air whatever petty grievance they had at Rabs, who was just there. He was like some guy at the complaints queue at Centrelink or something. There was just this fucking endless queue of degenerate reprobates just spraying him over perceived slights that had maybe not even occurred in this event.
But, I mean, look, I love Snapper Rocks. I love the competitiveness and all that, but they fucking milk any little loophole they can to get the win, mate. And
so classic.
Look, I just I thought it was handled really well. There was a grey area that Snapper wouldn't back down on, and as the host club, they were like, "Nah, we're through. They're never going to take a backward step." They learned that from Bugs because that's he was the ultimate fucking scrap. Find any little thing you can to get the win because back in his day, that paycheck got you to the next comp. So there was no fucking turning around on any advantage that you could possibly find. Now, Snapper's playing host to all these clubs. Rabs is invited, and Theo have spent fuck tons of money, and they've got a full qualifying system, so it's a legit world championship. And fucking, you're attacking the guy who's put the whole thing together on the back of like this tiny little. In the end of the day, it didn't really matter because the right result was made. Like, you had to have a surf off. Torquay didn't get affected because they'd clearly fucking smashed the heat. And Byron didn't have enough points, even despite Lehani's, like, massive effort. Once that score dropped, wasn't enough. So it was just a straight up surf off. And in the end of the day, man, the right thing happened. And I hope that everyone at Snapper can just sort of sleep on that going, yeah, all right. But I bet you anything they're fucking chewing lemons. I know it.
At the end of the day, it was the ultimate proof of concept. I think it added so much spice to the product. It was like the best thing that could have happened. And it was so cosmic, where you had Bugs, the grand shaman of the dream, to basically the godfather of professional surfing as we know it today. But as you mentioned, he's from an era where they were scanning section 12, subsection C with their magnifying glass, going, PT, I've got it. There's a glitch in the system we can exploit here. And of course, Dingo is pretty much like Bugs' DNA, at least in a competitive sense. It's his godson. So he's taken a leaf out of Bugs' handbook, taken that leaf to Bugs himself. He said, like, this is from your handbook, Bugs. Can we milk it? And Bugs has said, look, I'm impartial here. But Dingo's that's enough for me. Impartiality means that we can milk this. And it was a milkathon.
It was a milkathon. They were on the teats. Snapper was on the little teats, little cat nipples, just squeezing every last little advantage they could get out of it and slurping up that yummy cat yogurt.
And then San Clemente, a bunch of naive do-gooders from Southern California come over. Hey, I'm here to contest a Fair Play Surf World Club Championships. How do we do it? And little do they know that old Snapper Rocks, the devious, manipulative, undeniable champions of Australian competitive surfing, had a little ace up their sleeve. They dropped it at the opportune time, and all hell broke loose at the contest side. And look, it was solved in the most fitting circumstances. A classical surf off, which produced the karmic, cosmic, rightful winner, which was San Clemente, who went on to the final and came second to Torquay, pushing Torquay right to the limit, right at the death there. Paddy Gooding getting drained, and Willis Druma stuffing him, and it was just constant drama and just a gamesmanship, and just an amazing contest.
Yeah, it was so sick. That drama is kind of almost like the fight that kicked off Origin, isn't it? It's like you've got to have that sort of passion. You've got to have people caring so much that every single word in that rule book has to be watertight, man. Has to be. Because they're going to find it. Especially with guys like Kalohe in the draw, who's, always looking for an excuse to have a sook. Get it right! Anyway.
And funnily enough.
But at the end of the day, it's just given this contest so much heartbeat, and you cannot question the heartbeat of the champions. Fuck their trophy cabinets being this lonely, dusty, just empty place. And finally, after years of putting in the effort, Victoria walk away, Torquay walk away, World Club Champions.
And just on Kalohe, he was conspicuously absent from the queue line for complaining to Bugs. He was the one guy from San Clemente who didn't front up to spray Bugs, because I think he knew.
Do you reckon that's because he was wrapped up in a towel just shaking with the unfairness of multiple finals losses at Snapper, copping a pretty heavy one with Italo years ago, where it was is that Kalohe's CT win that just slipped through his fingers? Pretty sus judging in that one. So maybe he just went into full PTSD mode, was just rocking back and forth in the San Clemente tent.
Get it right. Just get it right.
Please get it right.
Bugs, please just get it right for me. Get it right for little brother.
Kalohe, you going to go up and say something to Bugs? Get it right. Get it right, man. Get it right.
Yeah, I hope he's all right, Kalohe. And, mate, as you mentioned, Torquay taking it out. And
so good.
So much of it on the back of Xavier Huxtable, who was in the form of his career.
Oh, my goodness.
Although, got to doff the cap to Troy Tricky Brooks for the airdrop to Cone to 9.53 blowout deluxe. Mental one. Did it last year. Got a 10, didn't he? Behind the rock snapper.
Yeah.
He's an absolute specialist of getting his face in the trough and just nom, 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 just fucking...
And he's not the plucky young chook he once was, Troy Brooks, mate. He's not that CT surfer, you know, all puffed out, big breasts, just like looking like the healthy cock of the yard. He's like this fucking defeathered fucking Bali chook running around just pecking what he can out of the snapper lineup. And next thing you know, Soto Ayam! Straight in the cone zone, gets absolutely blown to smithereens. Whatever last feathers were remaining were shot off the body and flew into the air. Just see his little nude carcass just fucking filleting the rest of the wave. What a great start. The final. Go, Tricky!
Oh, yeah, absolutely skewered the rest of them. They were just satay camping. Full of peanut sauce on the grill, just getting absolutely munched on by Tricky Troy Brooks and the rest of the Torquay Titans. What a performance it was.
Mate, how good was it watching a team catch fire like that, though? Like, fuck, dude, it's one thing to see a surfer do that in a heat, you know, where they just find it, but they just took Tricky's lead. The adrenaline rush they must have got when that thing, you know, sea-cocked all over him, because it was a full legit spray, wasn't it? And then, the rest of them just paddle out. I think Zave got barreled, like full, like nice little veers. And then Ellie Harrison paddles out with just not one bit of pressure. I think their score at this stage is like 18 or something. And she just paddles out, gets drained, goes loony. And the rest of the team are just going, fuck, how easy is this? Yeah, San Clemente man, a little comeback, but it was so gone.
A few of the other names that really impressed me. Kira Pinkerton, she was in the San Clemente team. Paddy Goudang, holy shit, their team was absolutely stacked. We had Nat Young there for Santa Cruz, put up a 9.2. That was psycho. Pedro Henrique, the Portuguese or Brazilian via Portugal battler. The backside pocket rocket, he went ballistic. Seabass was shamaning this year as he awaits I think he's just had a hip replacement. Pretty fucked up. And then we had all the Changers Lords in there going berserk. Chippo Morgs, Zave. We had the junior freaks, Willis Druma, Harley Walters, Hugh Vaughan. The underground Core Lords, Nick Wright, Solly Bailey. And then the old school legends, your Russ Maloney's, your Denny Wills, your Lane Beachleys. Like an intergenerational just Core Lord Festival of the Core. It was amazing.
It was absolutely incredible. And it's just going to go from strength to strength. You kind of get the feeling that at some point the WAS or the ISA or some international fucking organisation that has, you know, rankings and sort of maybe a foothold or like a little toe in the Olympics is going to start jumping on board or approaching Bugs and Theo to give this thing even more legitimacy, because you've got to have a connection to grassroots surfing to make your fucking organisation mean something to people. You know what I mean? Like if it's just all top heavy, the people who are coming through and like are going to spend their life surfing might not necessarily feel a kinship towards that organisation. Like we've spoken about that heaps. But how many people are surfing? How many people are actually watching the WAS? Or the ISA or the Olympics, you know what I mean? So this is a really good opportunity to start the convo about getting a fucking legitimate global, if not the board riders, but a global sort of team element happening. Because it works, man. It works every year with the ABB, and it's working now. We're starting to see clubs want to be the world club champions. Fucking incredible.
And a lot of these surfing nations around the world don't even have a club culture, but the moment they do, it takes off like wildfire, as we've seen in the States and Hawaii. So, and it's such a positive thing. It creates so much structure and etiquette and education within your surfing culture, your national surfing culture. It's one of the reasons Australia is such a pleasure to surf compared to other parts of the world. Say like, I won't be too specific, but like people really understand the culture here. You're brought up in it from a young age.
I love board riders clubs, man. And one of the other great things about this format is the master, a female, an open surfer, and a grommet. And you can have men or women in all of those categories. You can stack your team out with women, you can stack it out with men, you can whatever, as long as you've got those four things covered. And it's just a sick way to keep it all nice and even, because you get your legend, you get your fucking Changers Lord, you get everyone except the CT guy, which I think needs to be addressed as well. Like CT surfers should be in grassroots event like this. They should be able to represent their team.
They're there anyway.
And
Like
fuck
Connor
it.
O'Leary's at the event site.
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, cheering on Allura. And
Just watching Omi-Wan going, get me in a heat.
Yeah, they want to be a part of it. So shout out to Liam O'Brien too. He was amazing in this event.
good.
Holy shit, he's CT caliber, that guy.
Fuck,
Get
dude.
back on there.
The Aussie Chang Lords that we've been talking up in the last couple of weeks since Pipe are looking so deadly, man. Like, I swear there's a new level in their surfing at the moment. Lobby looked insane. Chippo looked unbelievable. Like, how's all this time on the Goldie turning his back on his natural habitat deep in the fucking cone zone 3 miles back behind the ledge at fucking Nalu? And now his backhand is the tightest, fastest, like, most blown out thing. Dude, it's looking good for Newey. Fuck, I'm getting excited, Smitty. Just one last thing on that. Shout out to Bugs and Theo. Mate, fucking imagine me and Bugs having a copper spray like that. Like, fair enough, there was that little grey area, but fuck, mate, leave Bugs alone. He's a fucking legend and he gets it right every single time. The right result went down. I know Snapper must be feeling a little bit dirty, seeing as though he is the grand poobah of Snapper Rocks, but fucking get off his case. He's the absolute man.
Yeah, I hope they understand that it was like literally the best thing that could have happened.
Fully.
It was, mate, to watch it unfold live on the beach and be doing the beach commentary, I was doing the beach interviews, I was pissing myself. I was like, this is just so fucking true to form. Yeah. For Snapper and an event like this, and then to confront Paddy Gudang on the beach and be like, mate, what do you make of this? And have this diplomatic, positive vibe warrior just going, get it right! So, it was great. It was all time.
Mate, fucking hell, what a sick comp. I had something else I want to say. I can't. No. Shout out to the long-suffering Toquay Boardriders fans and club members who all got together, I think at Pabs or Bird Rock or one of those pubs down there.
Toasted the night.
Got together, watched the day as a club. Like, they put up footage of it and they're fucking celebrating like it's AFL Grand Final Day and the Cats have just got up. It was fucking good to watch. Well played, TBC. Number 4.
Britt Merrick goes from LSD medicine man to fully hooked on the book Turbo Godbotherer, pasteurizing 8 or 9 churches around California with the enriched cream of God. That was one of the revelations from the Book of Stab that was aired in the latest Stab in the Dark episode. Mate, this is the signature of Stab series, like pretty much all of them that I've seen, is that you think you know what you're getting, but then they unearth so much random gold. And Britt Merrick's story is insane. I left this episode with so much respect for the guy. For the guy. What he went through with his daughter passing of cancer is just, so heartbreaking. It's insane. But then to bounce back and live such a varied and spiritual and surfcore life, like that's what I infinitely respect. Like just cunts who wear a heavy shot or two, but get out there and give it a crack and live a life of truth-seeking, truth-telling, curiosity, and compassion. He's just a hard-boiled
and let's not forget that under all of that, even under all the pasteurising, there's a bit of cunning in him.
Oh, plenty of cunning.
He's got a bit of cunning.
Oh, yeah. Well I think when character gets refined and hardened and built over the course of a life of hardship, let's say, the LSD thing, so he was, right in the lineage of the Brotherhood of Eternal Love, the Laguna Beach classics who, flooded the world with millions of doses of LSD. He's in that pantheon. And these guys were surfers. And so Britt saw it as his calling and his role in the community to disseminate this powerful spirit molecule, this medicine to the people. He was doing God's work. But, the establishment, the archaic Nixon-era laws from the war on drugs in 1971 continue to reign supreme over us poor sods, and he got fucking banged up for it. The establishment weren't too pleased with his spirit molecule vending, so he took another route, and he went in through the more conventional Christian route and got everyone hopped up on that. And I back that. If you can find salvation through togetherness and connection and singing and chanting and prayer, good on ya. Just don't, fucking ram it down every other cunt's throat and demand that they get hooked on your same book. So yeah, he lived a life, and that was in parallel to shaping and serving that apprenticeship under Dad Al and sharing a fucking room with the GOAT, Kelly Slater, and young Slater, like brothers. They were so tight.
Well, that's the other life he lives in parallel to is the GOAT. Because GOAT is staying in his house and, he's under the wing of his old man. And there's a line in here, a little bit heartbreaking about sort of like, Britt wishing that he got the same sort of love and attention that GOAT and Tom Curran and freaking Rob Machado got.
That was deep and true. You could see it panning out that way.
I mean, I'm just trying to think if Alfie, just trying to imagine if GOAT had grown up with me and Alfie sort of took a shine to him and sort of like gave me and Ronnie like a little less love. I think I'd be crushed by that, Smithy. I don't know if I'd ever come back from that, mate. So, but what did GOAT make of Britt's sort of wild years? Was he privy to them? Was Britt sort of like lying in the bunk, the top bunk, just sort of like spaced out, looking at the ceiling, going, "Fuck, GOAT, fuck, are you seeing these shadows, bro? Like, whoa, this is fucked up." And GOAT's just under there going, "Daddy, help." It's like, it's got that like, I just can't even imagine the two of them while Britt's off doing the cosmic work of the LSD molecule and GOAT being in the same space. Like, what was that fucking dynamic like?
Totally. You can only imagine GOAT like having to reject all of this extracurricular activity to focus on his competitive dreams and achieving them. But deep, deep down in the recesses of his memory, Britt's psychedelic experiences no doubt left an imprint because as life proceeded for the GOAT, it came full circle, and there he was, bent over a boulder in a Costa Rican cave, just blowing the back out of his linen pants.
The Shroud of John is created.
Correct, and it may have been created in those very moments, sharing a bunk with Britt in the early days.
That's right.
While Britt was
just the
off his scone.
seed planted. Just there in the background going, there's a cosmic journey you've got to go on, GOAT.
I have to experience this one day. I will experience this. And also worth mentioning that the great Al Merrick was himself a medicine man in the early years, a vendor of the sacramental Mary Jane. I think he even did a bit of time in prison at some point, which is where he might have met Bobby Martinez's dad. This is according to a Stab cartoon. I'm not sure how
right.
based on fact those
full
things
circle
are,
this
but,
thing is.
I read it in a Stab cartoon. That's where
must be fact.
Al and Bobby's dad met, and that was on the back of slinging a bit of herb. So look, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And well played, Britt, for turning people on first to the spirit molecule and second to God. I back them both.
I'll tell you one other thing. Jeez, the GOAT surfs good on the old Britt Merrick. That's bored of the trip of the session so far. I don't think I'm blowing anything here. Nah, definitely no spoiler alert. It's like he gets on this thing after this big build up. It's a long build up before we see GOAT get on the Merrick. And fuck, he goes to town, bruv.
Unbelievable. That's the board he rode during that D-bar session?
I think so.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah.
Luke Munro made a really good point that I fully backed by the end of this episode, which is that the best you'll ever see GOAT surf is in wedgy, explosive beach breaks, where his creativity, his fast thinking, his ability to react to sections on the fly just creates the most amazing maneuvers and incredible reads. Like, that really is the GOAT's strength. He's from Florida, Sebastian Inlet, this trippy little right wedge, where he's just honed this incredible ability to map out lines and trajectories and just hit sections with so much speed and vigor and the transitions out and that big, crazy tail high full rote air rev off that D-bar section, the no-hands cone.
But after
unbelievable.
After a pit?
That backside
in the
pit
dark
was crazy.
Dude.
His surfing in that section was unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he's put that board like right to the very top of the pile in terms of like how this thing's playing out at the moment. Jeez, that's a good series, man. Fuck, I'll tell you, between that and the East with Rasta, like that's two of the all-time great. Oh, and how surfers get paid. That's three of the best serialized surf content pieces in the history of surfing. I can't think of a single thing that matches that level of information, that like fucking throwing open of the doors to sort of historical beef and sort of the undercurrents of like unsettled friendships. And like you fucking get so nitty gritty on this thing. And the wheel, mate, he just picks scabs left, right, and centre. There's just bleeding sores all over the place once he gets his hands on stuff.
Mate, he's surfing's ultimate double agent.
Yeah.
I don't know where he learned the skill from, whether it was, on a couple of sojourns deep into the American deep state or perhaps the KGB, but he is the ultimate insider and he's able to bring back nuggets, which I don't know how he does it. Whether he gets clearance from the surfers involved or they trust him or they just love being a part of the product, which is Stab's mini series.
Yeah.
But far out, he's brought us more insider gossip and insider anecdotes and insider truth from the absolute deep catacombs of core surfing.
I think it's because
journalist in
I
history.
honestly reckon it's because, and like you could chuck most of the Stab riders into this fucking field, yourself included, is that it's the house of love and surfing more than anyone else alive. Like, mate, the inertia, it's a house of earnestness, but nowhere near the fucking surf froth, like the proper nitty gritty top end elite surf froth that Wheels and his team have.
Yeah,
like you've got to love it so much, and I think what's that thing? Fucking surf nerd recognize surf nerd. Like fucking core cunt recognize core cunt. Like when Wheels is talking boards, talking goss, talking knowledge, they know he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like they're going, oh yeah, well fuck, I can back this because everything coming out of this house right now is fucking elite.
Yeah. He talks the talk and he walks the walk.
He does.
Well
Oh mate, fuck, he's a maniac too.
And the Merrick versus Slater divide. I don't know if we're entering spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're entering spoiler. I reckon we let them have a look at that because like that is one of the
big story.
shocking fucking moments in this thing. It's actually so shocking that it's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Like a fucking, and I think one of the most sad bits in it is Kelly being told about the divide.
Yeah.
Not kind of even having had acknowledged it properly, maybe. Don't know. Have a look. Have a look at it. It's on Stab Premium. Stab in the Dark, Ep 3, Goat, Merrick, Channel Islands, Firewire, the whole story unfucking furls like a sickening cringe fest. But geez, the surfing's good. Number 3.
Rumours of Dane Reynolds' demise into a Coors Light inflated blimp have been greatly exaggerated by me.
You do fucking exaggerate it last ep.
He's looking pretty good today.
You know what's funny? I actually was in the back of my brain going, hang on a minute. I swear I've seen Dane fucking looking lean, mean, and fucking ready to unload.
Let's not go that far, but
All
yeah, he's looking better.
Yeah, good.
He's definitely shaved a few inches off that second chin and 3 months off the Pierce, a bit of training and surfing. That's going to do it. And I don't know who turned him onto it. Was it Johnny Gannon? Was it the JG Challenge? Does it travel all the way to the California's mid-coast? Who knows?
If they do have a chapter over there.
He did mention, DR, that surfing's increasingly untenable situation for all the adult learners and turbo sticker groms drove him to the drink.
Is that's what drove him to the drink?
Yeah, well, it was part of it. Well, it drove him to kind of give up on
Adult
surfing.
learners.
Well, just you can only imagine how rough that scene is in California.
Fuck, there's a lot of surfers over there. I mean, mate, you've been down to Trestle, seen the e-bike plague.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's another world.
I was talking to Archie on the broadcast, and he was saying that they didn't even surf lowers when he first started surfing that zone. It was all about uppers.
Wow.
The change he's seen in his lifetime.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But
Are we pulling some cosmic apricots out of that chat?
I hope so, yeah.
Are we going to get Archie on?
Oh, we should if he's still around.
Fuck, we got to.
He was...
You know who else is coming out? Just, sorry, tangent while we're talking about who to get on. PT. He's reached out. The great
let's
Peter
go.
Townend. You ready?
Fucking oath. Bronze Aussies
Sorry.
represent.
Back to
Respect. Yeah. But like just being driven to the drink by surfing's increasingly untenable situation is, I think, something we can all relate to. Yeah, it's tough out there. It is. It's getting tougher and tougher.
Mate, that's it. Like, how much do you have to love surfing where you turn up to the beach, you see a surf school at one end, a bunch of adult learners on another, some Kmart boards paddling out in the car park or, like, you know, getting waxed up in the car park, and you're like, oh, fuck this, I got to go get a 6-pack of Coors Light right now. I can't deal.
Well,
That is a love for surfing that even I can't fucking relate to.
it's crazy, man. surfing is what people have built entire lives around. They build neighborhoods around. They buy a house near the wave that they grew up on and loved and that basically shaped their entire life. And then one day they rock up at that wave and it's full of adult learners and surf schools and people who haven't put their time in, don't understand surfing and are completely ruining the experience for those who've built an entire life around it. So when you've built an entire life around something and it goes to shit in front of your eyes, what do you do? Yeah. But he's back and he's ripping at the Rincon Classic. I think he put up a 16-point total, including a vintage grab rail carve down that could have been shot in 2011. So he's back in the game, DR, and not a moment too soon. He's got a mad team there at Former and Chapter 11. He's got plenty of young energy, frothing him up and getting him psyched. They're about to release a feature film in June, which I can't wait for. That'll be mental. So, yeah, he's full shaman role, but, you know, longevity is something that we're continuing to explore in surfing. And, like, by those metrics, he's fucking not even half done. He's got plenty of good years of ripping. He's just got to get off the cores, get off the cones, drop a few kegs and just get on that full fucking ripped out Mick Campbell, Twiggy Baker, just that fucking energized TVC state of being and just keep ripping the bag out of it. He got more psycho meat hacks for us to see.
Have we talked about this before? But I heard a rumor. Yeah, we've definitely talked about this before where I think Stab approached Dane and said, hey, they might have done this with Noah too, where they approached them and said, hey, would you be interested in doing like a full year of just hardcore training, like proper, and then we'll whack you on the queue. Like there was some thing where they wanted to get like Dana or Noah, you know, the proper like fucking alpha of the free surfing sort of subculture, anti-establishment sort of tilt, and get them trained up like out of the spotlight, film a full doco on it, and just cut them loose on the fucking contest scene, like. Okay, you know, both of them were just like, oh, poo-wee, mate, put a peg on my nose, that stinks. But, like, it would be pretty interesting. Like, just out of just pure curiosity to see someone, like, take on that challenge from that free surfing space. Anyway, it was just fucking funny. But, like, yeah, if these guys have so much surfing ahead of them, like, you're looking at Mick and Joel, their lines are fucking as flawless as they've ever been. Like, they're in that current world. There's no reason why Dane can't be the Ockie of this generation. Ockie's 55, 56.
Oh my God.
And still just lighting it up backhand like nobody else.
His surfing during that Legends heat was absolutely
How's that last
eternal.
wave where he just clubbed the living shit out of it?
Did this crazy under the lip hack on like a fucking 3 foot wave. Like somehow contorted his whole body where he's able to carve just below the lip line, get like the full crumble on his head, disappear for a moment and emerge. I was watching it with a couple of lads right next to the commentary booth and we were just full chicken skin, spine tingling. Like we had a moment watching hockey surf. We kind of linked arms and just, we're back. He's back. We're all back. The spirit animal lives.
No, well, Ockie is never, ever not going to surf like one of the world's best surfers, and neither is Dane Reynolds. Like, you know, like the fitter they get, the more longevity they have, and the more they're still going to continue to blow our mind and give us the tricky chook, fucking Soto I am chicken skin.
Yeah, and surfing still seems to suffer from this ridiculous idea that it's core to be a pisshead, smoke darts, and not take care of your body. Like as if it's hard to drink piss and smoke darts. Like all that hype around Joey Johnston at the Chengas Pipe comp. Everyone was lauding him up. He's like smoking darts like a badass in front of the camera. He's like, oh yeah, man, I fucking drank beers last night till midnight. And now I'm surfing. Everyone's like playing guitar licks. Yeah, core. And it's like a hangover that it's still lingering from that kind of BI, AI, like Volcamere, like all that. Like I rewatched those films. I love the surfing in those films. It's kind of relatable surfing. But fuck, I just want to jump in there and shake BI. Like it's so annoying in those films. Like the fucking arrogance, the like this pretty boy, bad boy kind of image, the drinking alcohol. It was such ciggies, the womanizing, like all that shit's just fucking so naff to me now.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like it's only. Well, I guess, you know, if you look back to sort of Big Wednesday era, you know, like the 60s, there was always the beach burnouts and there was always the crew fucking who were part of that scene. But really, like, it only became a cultural phenomenon in the 80s into the 90s, and then sort of capped out at the millenniums with, AI pass. And that's when everyone sort of had a look in the mirror and sort of go, fuck, is this life fucking doable anymore? Like, to have all the trinkets and all the success and just be so fucking frazzled and full of self-doubt and all that sort of stuff that you can't even function. Like, it's like that was the wake-up call for everyone. It has definitely taken a big right turn since then, though, I reckon.
I don't know.
It has, definitely.
People are still clearly not woken up. Like, the amount of hype that
Nowhere
Joey
near as
Johnston
many.
was getting on the mainstream WSL broadcast for being a pisshead and surfing 10-foot backdoor. Like, I don't respect that shit anymore. It's just fucking so naff and like it's just cheesy. I cringe. It's a put on. It's not tough or hard. Like, I guess, yeah, look, I was raised in a household where the fucking patriarch of the family, my granddad, was like the most skits fucking boxer, judo lord, never drank or smoked, incredibly intimidating, like the hardest cunt going in the central western New South Wales for his time. And that was tough to me. He's a guy who trains hard, who gets through insane levels of trauma, intergenerational poverty and violence just through fucking punching heavy bags and fucking absolutely waxing cunts on their back in the judo hall and playing A-grade everything till he's 50. Just a full sporting Adonis, constantly simmering with rage, ready to punch a hole in one of his children or a wall in the house at any moment. But, I digress. Just this kind of fucking, just get over it, mate. Just the fucking, it's not hard to drink and snort and fucking be a degenerate. Like, it's the easiest fucking thing you can do. And that said, the doof after the swellness event, look, it's all about what compounds you choose to consume. There's ones that open you up to human experience and connection and really enable you to feel what you're feeling, even amplify what you're feeling, as opposed to hide from what you're feeling, which is what alcohol and cigarettes and cocaine do. They just cover up the real person that's in there, which is generally a person who's suffering, who's weak, been weakened by consumption or trauma or just a fucking toxic culture and lifestyle.
Agreed. Number 2.
Well, Madawi Boardriders up on the west coast of Bali is about to implement and police some hardcore surf laws.
Fuck, I haven't been up there for a while.
It's been a while. These laws are going to stop kook surf instructors unleashing chaos on their lineup with plagues of kooks. You got to cop this, Rinse Corner. I'll read out a few of these laws, but trust the spirit lords from Bali to come up with some classic futurism in the face of an unfolding catastrophe. Make surfing core again, Vaughn.
Well, let's have a look.
What do we got here? Hold on, I'll try and... Here we go. Loading.
And what are these laws, if you break these laws, what are they punishable by? Is it just like a big bamboo strap like across the back in the beach in front of everyone, like sort of that Thai style? Remember that Australian who got done for like littering in public or something, and he copped like 6 lashes across the back in a public square? Is that the kind of comeuppance we're talking about here, Smivvy?
It is something along those lines. So, I've got to really squint here.
Sorry, mate. Let's see if I can get up on the phone.
Yeah, get up on the phone.
What's the...
It's in the phone zone.
It's in the phone zone, all right. Hang on, mate. Let's have a squeezy. Yeah, what other punishments? Like, what sort of Indonesian sort of traditional penalties do you cop for surf crimes?
Being forced to eat that chicken and ham focaccia that's been left in the mid-morning sun. That's a classic.
Or what about just even eating off the little bakso cart?
That's no kind of punishment. You're going to be fine if you eat that shit. But
that's brought me undone a few times.
Really? Nah. The traditional Indonesian foods are pretty
I
much
love
impervious.
traditional Indonesian food.
They don't fuck them up. What they fuck up is like dairy and shit that they have no idea what it even is. What? You make is this not the cow semen? Why is that? What is this consistency? This is a disgrace. No, it's a delicacy. It's not a disgrace. The mid-morning focaccia that's been left out in the sun is a classical Indonesian pitfall and a form of torture. Maybe the kind of overdose of magic mushrooms in the purple Fanta blender scenario. You're forced to consume that and really sit with yourself and think about what you've done. Humble the ego.
You can read that, mate. It's pretty bloody small writing.
So here we have a few of the laws from the Madawi Boardriders. Meeting minutes, January 3rd.
January 3rd meeting minute. Love it. Official.
Beginner surfers, soft top users who are just learning to surf are not allowed to surf at the point or outside area. They are only permitted to surf in the inside area near the fishermen's boats.
Oh, I like where this is heading.
All beginners are required to be accompanied by a surf instructor / coach to minimize accidents in the water.
What? This is your vision from years and years ago about the belts. Because how are we going to sort of separate who's a beginner and who's not?
I like this too because it means they're all going to get an extra little early.
You know, the dojo belts. Like we need like a clear sort of indication of where people are at in their surfing journey.
Agreed.
Fuck, it'd be heavy if you got given a yellow belt after surfing your whole life, though.
Oh, yeah. Where's the respect? Each surf instructor is allowed to bring a maximum of 2 guests into the water and may not surf in the outside area if their guests are unable to paddle by themselves on the waves.
This is incredible, Smithy.
Surf camps or surf instructors coming from outside Madawi must provide 1 surf instructor for a maximum of 2 guests. If there is a shortage of instructors, you may hire a local surf instructor from Madawi. So you basically need to, if you're a kook, you got to rock up with your own instructor.
Or hire one on the beach there at the break.
Wow, imagine getting called in by the Madawi Boardriders
for
being
goodness.
a barn. Wow, that's where, and it's going to go down. They've got a full board rider. This is the bonus of having board rider clubs, by the way. The board rider club sets the culture and the standard, and you've got to hate it.
Jeez, I mean, yeah. No abuse of power there.
Well,
no threat of the abuse of power there.
It's a community, so it's not just one person.
Well, that's how it starts off. Communism, good in theory. Good in theory, Smithy. Does it work, or does someone grab the reins of power and just start fucking sending cunts in willy-nilly?
I don't know. I back this. If a surf instructor from outside the Madawi area does not comply with the regulations set by Madawi Boardriders, they will not be allowed to surf in Madawi. These rules will be monitored by Madawi Boardriders. And we all know that if you ignore the dictum of the Madawi Boardriders or any local Indonesian surf crew or community, their way of mediating all conflict is a huge fucking machete.
That's exactly what I was going to say, man. I've seen it dished out.
Oh, me too.
I've seen crew run down out of that little Chungu Losman up there, the little warungs, and just fucking fly down the beach with a machete, start screaming at fucking crew on lids to come in and get their be dealt.
Shout out to my old mate from Bondi, Benny Davies, who once came to blow over a surfer in Chungu and ended up fending off a man with a machete with a chair. Well played, Benny.
Yikes.
The
Lion
man
tamer.
behind Bondi Rescue and Outback Ringers and
wow.
many other
There
great
you go.
TV shows. Good fighter too. Had a bunch of amateur fights. Local hotel and accommodation managers, especially in the Madawi area, will be invited to cooperate in selecting surf instructors who are beneficial to the local community. I like that. More input. More input is always welcome.
Good.
More voices.
I'm backing this
means
too.
more
I
democracy.
really like it. I reckon it's got legs.
All surfers surfing at Madawi Point must respect local surfers who live in Madawi. We know how big respect is in Indonesia. That's where I learned it. You respect me, I respect you. You not respect me, I not respect you. You not respect me, I not respect you. Yes. Rule number 8. Stay away from areas directly in front of the fishermen's boat channels, as this rule is intended to protect the traffic of fishing boats entering and leaving the beach. Common sense, that. Number 9. No dropping in, no overtaking, and share the waves. Paradoxical.
Yeah.
If read with the wrong lens.
Yeah.
But let's not
let's
mix messages here.
If you are from Snapper Ops Board Riders and you're going to paddle out following this law to the letter, mate, just watch out.
Yeah.
You could be getting macheted.
Yeah. You can plead ignorance once.
Yeah.
But once they lay down the law,
Yeah.
heed said law.
Machete law.
Machete law.
Machete law.
Rule number 10. The Madawi Boardriders storeroom office will be located in the shop house in front of Abby's house. Very specific, this one. There will be no rental fee, only a contribution for electricity and water of IDR 200,000 rupiah per month. Number 11, membership renewal is required, especially for those who are actively involved in surfing, are community-oriented, solid, and active members. I like the emphasis on solid. Got to be solid.
Yeah.
Number 12, for social media content, post stories related to surfing activities or contests. Anyone may tag or share the MBR account. Most importantly, all content must be positive. It's a little bit concerning there, the kind of wall of positive noise, controlling the narrative.
So in other words,
surveillance
like
state.
when they're dishing out the machete punishment,
Yeah.
don't post it.
Don't post it.
No. It's not a good look having arms and legs just washing up on the beach.
Nah.
No.
You respect all content, rules, and regulations. Number 13, maintaining safety, especially regarding plastic waste, and ensuring the comfort and cleanliness of the beach, keeping it free from trash.
Wow.
Fucking earth. Number
is
14,
sick.
maintaining unity and solidarity by strictly adhering to the rules that have been mutually agreed upon. Well said. Number 15, members must be vocal and proactive in reminding and communicating the agreed regulations to any member or outsider who violates the rules.
Yep.
It's fucking genius.
It's
the Bali's have done it again.
They've done it.
They've fully done it.
They've actually done it. Respect.
Full respect.
Respect.
To Madawi Boardriders. And
Yeah.
I hope that boardrider clubs pop up all over the archipelago and start enforcing this shit. It
Mate,
makes
this
sense.
is
Look,
sick.
if you surf and you know your way around surf culture, this is so fucking easy to navigate. This is how it works everywhere. They've just put it in writing.
Yep.
And are willing to enforce it through solidarity in the local surf community.
The precedent has been set, Smithy. Are we going to see this at Snapper Rocks? Are we going to see it at the Pass? Are we going to see it at other like well-known, overcrowded, very, very dangerous lineups that shouldn't be dangerous?
Totally. Let's go. I mean, this is just a return.
Don't go out through the fucking boat ramp at the Pass and sort of get in that zone where it fucking goes below sea level on an outgoing tide and fucking lose your board, bash people in the heads. Like there is these sort of like, there's a reason this precedent works or should work, I should say.
Mate, you're talking to a guy who had an Englishman on a mini mouse ram it through my skull and like basically cave my skull in, and I had bleeding on the brain. They took me to an intensive care unit where they had to peel back the skin on my head, fucking drill a hole into my skull and release the bleeding.
Pressure.
Just putting pressure on the brain.
Yep.
Like a psycho thing to consider. I was thinking about it just last night. I'd never actually properly thought about the procedure, but that is what can happen. There was a 10-year-old boy who I think was either killed or left brain damaged from an injury at the Pass.
Yeah.
It's no joke, this shit. And it's so fucked that it falls to individual surfers with a bit of moral backbone to have to police Kooks and end up in these constant arguments. It's so draining, and that's why surfing is in the situation that it's in, because there has been a lack of solidarity amongst skilled practitioners, and it's just been overwhelming having to deal with the hordes of Kooks. But now
It's
we
enough
have some structure.
to drive Dane Reynolds to drink, Smithy.
I mean, have a look at the poor guy. He's a bloated, Coors Light inflated blimp. It's a disgrace. One of the greatest surfers of our generation.
No, well, this is why he
Rendered
might be on the,
obsolete.
this is why he might be on the comeback, because these laws have been made by the Madawi Boardriders Club, and Reynolds is finally getting some respite. Well played. Number 1.
Is the Brazilian storm beginning to dissipate, Ridge?
What?
Has that vicious onion that's relentlessly churned out capoeira kicks, red hot taurine piss, full rotes in every conceivable direction, and robbed Australia of countless world titles, finally about to fuck off?
Wow.
This was a great story in the inertia ripped from an even better podcast between Iago Dora's manager and Luis Campos, a guy I know pretty well who is sort of the godfather of the Brazilian Storm. He was the Oakley head shaman who found D'Souza, Jadson Ilo, Caio Belli. He nurtured Toledo's rise and João Chianca and created a pathway for these guys to go real hard in the early years. And both those guys think there is a reason to be concerned for the next generation.
So this is coming out of Brazil.
Surfing. Yeah.
This isn't just like a beach grit antagonistic headline designed to fucking get everyone's nationalism fired up. This is an actual Brazilian podcast with two of the big dogs who were part of the Brazilian Storm forming and the success that followed talking about Brazil looking down a few fucking skint years.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
And I think we actually talked about this in a previous Blitzed episode, just looking at the Challenger Series ratings, and there's just not a lot of world-class pedigree talent on there coming out of Brazil. I mean, if there is guys who are of that CT caliber, they're not challenging for world titles.
There's a lot of pool talent. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of Groms doing some pretty wild airs, but like there's not that sort of gritty sort of tide of just talent just flowing in on the back of Brazil. Like, it felt like it was coming, because it did feel like for a couple of years there the Chang was getting kind of like overrun by mostly Brazilian journeymen, though.
Exactly.
That's like the
point.
Rodriguez, Munozes, the freaking
The David
Silvers,
the
yeah,
Sammy
like,
Pupo.
that's right.
Yeah. Yep. So here's what they had to say on the podcast. In my view, it's going to be at least a 10-year gap of Brazilian world champions, maybe longer, Luis Campos said. And this is what the Inertia had to say, kind of alluding to our previous point. The current Challenger Series rankings highlight the point. Among the top 20 male surfers, only 2 are Brazilian, Semi Pupo and Mateus Herdy, both 25 years old, but not exactly title favourites. In the top 50, there are 8 additional Brazilians, most of whom are nearing or over 30 years old, and most are far from World Championship Tour qualification. By comparison, Australia has 13 surfers ranked inside the top 50, 7 of whom are currently in the top 15, with 11 athletes under the age of 30, illustrating a far stronger pipeline of talent. Campos and Cortez, that's Iago's manager, agree that the downturn among Brazilians' younger generation is not the result of a single failure, but rather a combination of factors that have left the next wave of surfers less prepared than their predecessors. Cortez points to brand investment as one of the most important elements, recalling a time when Volcom sponsored a 10-surfer team that included Iago Dora. The Brazilian storm wasn't by accident, Cortez said. It was a lot of work by the brands, work by the people around the surfers. Maybe it's not even about blame, but about a chain of events that's pushed things in this direction, Cortez said. People need to understand that an athlete really can change the life of a company. That's a fact. And investing in the grassroots level is essential. We always did that. Both industry figures point to Australia as a current model for surfer development, noting similarities to the systems that helped build Brazil's dominant generation. Australia, in my opinion, is going to dominate, Cortez said. They're doing exactly what we did back then and then stopped doing. Campos added an anecdote from his own experience working with Australian surf executives. I remember being in a meeting with the Billabong guys and they kept asking me, what did you do in Brazil? Campos said. They'd ask, what would you do in Australia? And I'd say, I don't know yet. First, I'd need to go there, spend time there and understand how people think so we can build something adapted to your culture and personality. While government funding for Brazilian surfing has increased in recent years, they argue that brand support has not kept pace. Cortez said the contrast raises important questions about the sport's long-term direction in Brazil. Brazilian surfing is hot right now. Why does the Ministry of Sport invest in our sport? Cortez said. But at the same time, you see companies pulling the brakes. So we need to understand what's really going on.
Wow, that's pretty mad, dude. Well, let's address the success of Australia for a second, because it's a real clear pathway. Like there is no question that once you start to show talent, there are so many different places for that talent to be recognised, fostered, and put into a system that will generate like the best possible outcome for your potential. Like that's been going on for long enough now where we've got it across the board from the very, very tip of pro surfing with Jack Robbo, Ethan Ewing, Molly Picklum, the new world champ. They're all part of that HPC Surfing Australia system. They all started in Boardriders, grassroots, mentored, like recognised, get put into the regionals and the classic sort of, fucking pro juniors. But the system recognises that talent, takes it up to the HPC, and yeah, as I say, from the very tip right down to your Loki Cullens, 14, fucking setting the world on fire, Miller Coco Brown. And the system doesn't fucking like stick its claws in and make them stay. You know what I mean? Like they can step off and they can do what they want and they can focus on school and they can do all this other shit. And it just allows this sort of like easy come and go, I guess. There's definitely I've heard rumblings around the place that like sort of once you get brought into the HPC, there's a selection process. So some kids miss out on that, and that can be a bugbear for some parents. But it does breed a level of competitiveness where those kids who missed out fucking go, right, I'll show you, cunt, and fucking, you know what I mean? So there's just this constant sort of like, I don't know, there's this constant wheel of possibility going on in Australia. And everyone knows that if they fucking work hard, you've got your natural talents, and then you've got your fucking Cal Robbos and your grit merchants who can still tap into that. Man, you go up there and it's fucking just, you can go to that gym at the HPC, High Performance Centre, any day of the week and fucking rub shoulders with Jack Robbo or Ethan doing weights, or Cal Robbo or Sophie McCulloch or freaking whoever.
Yeah, Chippo
all the way
Morgs.
through, Chippo Morgs.
It's really popular with the Challenger Series,
and you've
guys.
got world-class coaches in there, like ex-world champs. Chelsea's in there. You got fucking Kate Scarrett. You got freaking Clangers. You've got like all that crew.
And then you got guys like,
Hog.
is it Glenn Workman? Guys that come out of like elite conditioning programs from professional
Exactly.
rugby league, bringing like
Yeah.
the cutting edge of training and
Yeah.
strength and conditioning to the surfing paradigm, which it's sometimes lacked. So there's this cross-pollination of Australian sporting cultures, which is something we talk about in relation to Brazil and why they've been so successful. Their culture of movement, from capoeira to jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
to skating to surfing, really lends itself to a spatial awareness and an acrobatic brand of surfing, which has been the bedrock of their success. Australia and football, most notably, the jinga, the dancing, this culture of movement
Yeah.
is so obvious in their surfing success. Australia has a completely different sporting history.
Yeah.
Football is the big one here: rugby league, rugby union, AFL. But whilst we don't have that kind of culture of aerial surfing and acrobatics in the Australian sporting pantheon, what we do have is the cutting edge of sports science, training, conditioning. Like, we know what works. We know how to build muscle, build mobility. And that is the bedrock of this current generation. They're all fucking big units who move with incredible agility. But I think like iron sharpens iron, and the genius of the HPC is bringing the country's best athletes to share space together,
Fully.
to train together, to surf together.
Yeah, and slurp on the fat titties of wisdom that the coaching staff or the fucking admin, everyone up there has had some sort of role in the history of surfing and the Australian success in surfing. But man, getting to Brazil, like there were fucking a few red flags. Like I always thought that their sort of female program not showing any signs of coming to life was a red flag, because you're like, fuck, dude, the entire world is riding this psychotic fucking wave of enthusiasm for women surfing.
Yeah.
And there's just no act there.
You're
And you'd
either-
think that they'd be going, man, this is our time to shine. Like, everyone's inspired by a nation's success.
Yeah.
Like, if the guys are going well, guess what? The women want to fucking match that and go better. Like, we've been in the lucky situation where our female athletes have been the dominant performers for well over a couple of decades. You know, between Lane,
Jones,
Steph,
Spencer,
Tyler, freaking, and now with Molly. And so, you know, we've had generations on the back of, you know, the Blue Crush movement to fucking come through and inspire young female athletes.
Yeah.
But, dude, it should have been happening for Brazil. And the fact that there's like a bit of a gap going on after this storm says that, yeah, maybe, just maybe, the storm's petering out, bro. But you know who won't be taking that, Smiv? Those big fat alpha males at the top of the tree, man. You can imagine, You can imagine Gabe.
Well, there's still plenty
Like,
of
do you
tenure.
really want to wave a red flag at the start of a new season to Gabe Medina, Idolo, and fucking Philippe, who is looking lean? Like, Philippe looks fucked up right now. He's so fit. Like, fitter than we've seen him in years, man. It's imagine it. Saying to Gabby Medina, like, hearing people in your own homeland going, Brazilian storm's over. Okay, well, maybe your marriage is over. Maybe I sleep with your wife then. I don't know.
Maybe she can hold on to both handles of my ASP WSL trophy while I give it to her from behind, eh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Your Aussie blonde woman, I take her and I pillage
Fuck,
her.
it's pretty scary. Like, they're looking bullshit. Like, they're out, like, yes, maybe there's something coming, but there's time for them to get it right too, dude.
Yeah, there is.
Right.
As long as these guys can keep their spot at the top of the pops, because there is plenty of time left in these guys' careers. Italo, Toledo, Dora, Medina. There's like potentially another at least 5 years, maybe 10. But the detail about the women in Brazil is an important one because it points to some cultural shortcomings that they've got. You know, it is a famously machismo old school culture where like the place of women in that society is not what it is here in Australia. And, you know, you basically got to be Silvana Lima, this fucking core lord, grit merchant, favela queen to get a start in Brazilian surfing. Or you got to be Sofia Medina, like the sister of the greatest Brazilian surfer of all time, to get any kind of pathway going. And that is a shortcoming potentially.
Or Tatiana, who grew up in Hawaii.
She's not Brazilian. Like, you know, that shit's horseshit. You can whack a flag on it, but if you grow up in Hawaii, you're just not Brazilian. Like,
So,
but just like to go further on, like there's a cultural shortcoming there with their attitudes towards women. And in Australia, like we maybe had that same attitude once upon a time, but it took the fucking corest, toughest bogan chicks to absolutely shatter that ceiling. From Lane to Jodie to Pauline, to transplants like Wendy Beaufort. Like they just wouldn't be told Pam Burridge. They were the most fucking classically Australian chicks in that they were just like, oh yeah, you're going to tell me what I can do? Fuck you. Yeah. Watch me do what you think you can do. And then they set a pathway and a sense of self-belief for every other generation beneath them. And then there's the industry. Like Brazil's surf industry is pretty much non-existent and always has been. There's 60 million people that live along the coastline there. They have the hugest surfing population and talent pool. So why haven't they been able to generate any real surf industry? It's been left to American and Australian brands to go in there and pump money into Brazilian surfing and basically bankroll our own demise. Primarily, Oakley was the originators, it feels like, through Luis Campos, who created like his own kind of ramshackle HPC. Like guys like Jadson left home at 14 years old, Caio Abelli, De Souza to go and live in this like Oakley house down there, in where was it? I don't know, on the beach somewhere. These kids left home and basically sacrificed fucking their family life to engage in the most roots grit core pathway, and look what it created, one of the greatest surfing movements we've ever seen. But it took like so much sacrifice that children in Australia are never going to make. They're not going to the HPC to never see their parents again.
No.
And fucking eat brown beans and rice and fish heads and fucking grind out competitive results. So like that poverty complex has created an incredible generation of surfers, but it's there's no future in that. Like in terms of longevity as a surfing superpower, they need some structure from companies, their own companies. Surely. Is that part of it?
Well, it has to be, for sure. But I mean, because like basically, I have no clue how like that system works. I've actually never been to Brazil, so I don't know what that culture is like for their junior surfers getting recognised. Like what's the comp scene like? Like how do their pathways work? Because a while ago there was talk that their domestic circuit was one of the like most fruitful and monetary stable fucking tours on earth.
Yeah, it's good. Like Mateus Hurdy's been going back to compete on it instead of like QS events and shit, I think.
So like I mean, there's obviously infrastructure there. It's just like maybe the industry just it's so weird, the industry right now, because you know that it's making coin. Like they're not losing money. But because it's just owned by so many fucking, like, it's just, there's no, like, is the money that the surf industry generates going back into the company, or is it just going up the tree to the fucking shareholders or the fucking reptiles at the top? Is that part of the problem? You know what I mean? The watering down of self-owned business, and like the startups just aren't big enough to really put decent coin into these sorts of things yet. Yeah.
I mean, like, you look at the trajectory of Australian and American companies, like, Oakley was started in the garage of some call in Southern California, Gordon Merchant slinging fucking boardies out the back of a panel van, and they've become these, publicly listed gigantic companies with, in Oakley's case, the contract to the US military.
Yeah.
But like, why has Brazil been incapable of generating at least like a fraction of that success, given how big their surfing population is, given how popular surfing is there? Like,
well, Medina being, like the Rip Curl Medina sort of separation says a lot about the value of the Brazil market, right? Because if he was bringing in, just on the back of his popularity over there, enough coin to justify his wage, that would never have happened. But clearly, it's just that maybe there's just not enough people buying surf shit over there.
And Italo's signed with Nike.
Did you read that story on Stats?
I haven't.
Fuck, so apparently he's just like, fuck, I want to be on Nike. So he goes into a store, spends $4,000 on buying shit, and just posts the living shit out of it until someone from Nike rings him up and goes, fuck, have you not got a sponsor? And they just went, bang, big deal, signed it off, did it all himself off his own back, bruh. Respect!
Wow.
I actually fucking love that, man.
It's the Steads approach, right?
It is. It fucking is. It's the Luke Stedman thing.
You get dropped by your sponsor, but you just keep running the sticker.
Keep running the sticker.
Don't tell anyone, and eventually get picked up by someone else.
That's it. Fuck, this guy's cool. Let's get him. What are you worth? Fucking 3 beans and a fucking packet of mixed lollies? Yeah, all right.
We can up that.
We'll give you 4 beans, bro.
I'm yours.
Let's do it.
But yeah, that's crazy that Italo, like again, like they're...
A $4,000 investment to get sponsored by the biggest company in the world, and it puts him alongside their fucking top stable. Like, fucking genius.
It is genius, but like, why aren't these guys being courted by surf companies for big contracts? And yeah, why are they parting ways with your Billabong and Rip Curls as well?
Well, do you think that it's because maybe like, the celebrity culture of these like gold medal winning world champions in Brazil breeds a kind of surf profile that doesn't resonate with surf companies? You know what I mean? Like it's so glamorous. It's so blinged out. It's so fucking high rolling that surf companies like, I don't know if I fucking want this stank on my brand. Meanwhile, those cunts are just like, okay, well, don't have to support me. I'll just fuck as many chicks as I like, bro. And make my own money with soft tops and acai bowl, ice creams, fresco bar.
Don't forget taurine, guarine, acai.
Yeah. I think, though,
Ford.
maybe just a bit premature to be ringing the fucking death knell yet, man. Like, how many world titles has it been since anyone else has won one? And, like, Yago looks like very likely to be top 5, if not higher, again this year, especially with big dogs coming back from his own country. Medina, how realistic it is that he'll win a world title is probably fucking debatable, but like,
it's up to him.
Bro, fucking wave a red flag and say your time is up to Medina. I fucking dare you.
He's struggling for reason and purpose.
Oh my God, dude. That's all he needs is someone to say you can't.
Yeah.
And Italo is, fuck, dude. His clips and his swag and his like just general fucking presence on social media, at least, is so entertaining and so rock star.
Dude, he's out of his mind.
The airs he's doing, the reps he's getting in those pools. Like, we might see shit we've never seen before from that cunt.
Did you see the clip of him surfing Switchfoot?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he fucking
Give us a
rips
break, bro.
Switchfoot. It's a disgrace.
Fuck!
No
Hell, it's
respect.
hard enough on a pallet around a broken 13-year-old girls are fucking doing air revs over my head. Now I've got a cop Italo surfing Switchfoot better than me.
He goes wave for wave with one of his mates who's surfing like in his traditional stance and absolutely waxes him, humiliates him, surfing Switchfoot. Fucking hell.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Where's the
don't
respect?
like I said, Smithy, like Philippe's had a little bit of dad bod about him, little bit of a fucking confidence knock. These guys have seen Yago Dora win a world title. Like, that's all the motivation they need. The Grom. Their little Grom, their little bro, who they were like, fuck yeah, Grom, he's a free surfer. Come on tour, man. Yeah, you can make it. Yeah, oh, you made a final. Good on you, man. Now it's like fucking, he's got a world title. Fuck you, Yago. Fuck you, bro. You think you come at me? Run his straights, bro.
Oh, mate. Italo Ferreira is one of the rarest breeds in world sport. He's
lovable is he,
so
dude?
off his scone.
Jesus.
But you can't look away. It's unbelievable. He's such a freakish talent. And people, criticise his style, but it's like that style is so functional for the kind of surfing he does, which is the kind of surfing no one's ever seen before. The fucking explosive nature of the rotations, the backside, like the power. And I've never seen someone hit it hard and transition any smoother.
Hey, oh, man. Oh, fuck. What was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah. I wanted to get your take on this, actually. So I think on our Instagram, we've got obviously lots of Swellians chirping on there, but we've also just got crew chirping who might not necessarily listen to the potty. You know how, like, because the followers, fucking God knows where they come from. But when I did that post recently, sort of like just talking up the swag of the fucking Brazilians, mate, the nationalism was just as potent as it's ever been. Like, as potent as fucking the day that Medina beat Parko surfing Little Mali and Parko was getting drained behind the rock. Like, people are still that furious about Brazil getting any fucking plaudits at all, Smivvy. I find it fucking baffling at this point. Like, I don't know. Do you hate a nation that has fucking worked their ring pieces out from the very bottom? And okay, they might be flashy. They might be fucking not surfing in a way that you respect. But surely at this stage, we don't have to fucking resort to just like going, fucking brazos, fucking steamy dog shit if you ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well,
what's your take on that? I always get a bit like, calm, bro. Like, fucking these cunts rip. Just fucking let them rip and fucking let Ethan and Jack and all that just bash them when they get the chance and love it when they do and fucking hate it when they don't. But just don't hate the player, man. I'm not down with it.
Oh, it's classic xenophobia. And you just look at Australian surf towns and they're the fucking whitest places on earth. Like, they're the only white places left in Australia is surf towns. Like, you go to any of the major cities and it looks like, a classic Asia Pacific joint. You got fucking every colour under the sun there. You go to surf towns, they're still 99% white. And the culture is still that of the old boys fucking hold it down in the car park on their long necks.
Mate, when I first surfed Ulus, this fucking brazo was fucking doing laps around me. I fucking was going to net fucking bash a cunt. Mate, except then I saw him doing capoeira on the beach. I was like, holy fuck, this cunt's going to end me. But, mate, don't, fucking love having villains. You got to have villains for sport to be interesting. Fucking love that. Love to hate them. But just don't fucking resort to just this fucking cheap nationalism. Have some fucking brains about it, Swellians. If you're out there and you fucking listen to me going, full fucking Deadly's lost his shit, he's fucking gone soft. Cunt's fucking backing all the Zillas and all that. Mate, I fucking love Aussies winning. That's what I fucking love. But I also love good surfing and I love fucking cunts who lift the bar and make you earn it.
Yeah. And, as a long-term Indo warrior, who's spent a lot of time surfing in the global soup that is your typical Indonesian lineup.
Yeah.
I've definitely had more beef with Aussies. The times I've nearly come to blows has been with Australians. Brazilians have because a lot of this ties back to our perceived differences when it comes to surf etiquette. And there's this deep-seated fear that Brazilian competitive domination is going to lead to Brazilian domination of lineups and this kind of burgeoning self-belief that's going to eat into our wave quota. Let's be real. Well, that's really what this is about.
I'm anticipating a full flood of people going, fuck, hey, Deadly, you're off your fucking head, cunt. Have you fucking surfed fucking racetrack lately? Fucking tell me you fucking love Zillas when you fucking do that, cunt. I'll be like, yeah, mate, I don't surf racetrack anymore, bro.
Nah, give up on that one.
Unless I'm in a fucking single fin heat.
And it's not because of Brazilians that I've stopped. It's because of the hordes of Kooks. But Brazilians, in my mind, all my dealings with them in the archipelago, they're at least always willing to talk things through. They're not just going to lean back and immediately want to fight. You can always talk things through with them. Even if they want to fight you can generally still talk things through with them. Unless you Creed McTaggart at Deserts and you've just stuffed the fucking biggest, hairiest backed Brazilian gorilla in history in a pit at Deserts. When you got stickers on your board and you're a high profile surfer and you stuff a mere mortal who's paid thousands of dollars to be there in the tube, I can appreciate why he's not going to let that go. But in general, I think they're a pretty classic fucking surfing race who, I kind of enjoy their presence in general. I don't
Like where you come from, what country you're born in, really, it doesn't just equal kook or fucking hungry, fuckwit in the surf. You can get those anywhere, bro. Anywhere.
One nuance between us and them is that snaking's not a thing in Brazil.
No.
I figured out. It's basically like soccer. Like you're basically in a competition to get to the inside. And Australians, we're one of the last people on earth to like take a ticket, stand in line, believe in this kind of old school structure and order, particularly where it applies to surfing. But the thing is, like, the Brazilian way of doing things, if you just do it like them, and you just compete for the inside with them, they'll let you take every wave off them. They won't get angry. They're just like, oh, well done. You got my inside and you got the wave. It took me a while to realise that. Like I was very upset about the fact I was getting paddled around constantly until I was like, you can't beat them, join them, and then everything was good.
Nice. Unders or overs?
He's alive, Vaughn.
Who?
Eric Logan. He's
What?
finally surfaced for air after what we can only deduce was some sort of Epstein-related absence. Appears...
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, exactly, allegedly. And it appears, look, that allegation might even not be true for the time being.
Okay.
We'll see what emerges from the Epstein files. But Tony Robbins, the gargantuan motivational speaker and biohacking lord, has appointed the former WSL exec as the head of Robbins Research International, the umbrella corp that runs all 121 businesses owned by the motivational big man. This is
Have you tapped into Anthony Robbins much?
not
you?
like a couple podcasts here and there. Yeah, I back his message.
Yeah.
He's an
I
adult.
did this thing
Rips
when I
in.
was 18 called Landmark Forum, which is kind of one of those like intensive 4-day, like rip yourself down to nothing, rebuild yourself kind of things. And like when you rip yourself down to nothing, it's like when you've got to almost put on the rubber gloves and go Foster King through your own stool. For like you're analysing the corn and, that doesn't look too good and that's a bad colour and, geez, is that red? I'd like, fuck, I don't remember eating fucking banana. Hang on a minute, what's this fucking thing? But it's a pretty intense kind of like mirror to your life. And I think that's kind of like what a lot of these Anthony Robbins are. They're kind of like accountability sessions. So what I'm thinking is if he's been hired into this organisation, is there going to be a little bit of self-stool examination going on here from Elo? Can we deduct?
It's really the ultimate look in the mirror, isn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly where it concerns ELO.
Well,
Stick
if
your
you're
head
in
in your own
that, if
shit.
you're in that universe, you've got to walk the talk, right? Or otherwise you're just going to get exposed instantly.
Well, look, I mean, that is kind of what happened with surfing. He was exposed brutally and unceremoniously dumped with not so much as a reason back in 2023. So we'll see how long
Do you remember-
lasts in the burn pit of Tony Robbins.
Do you
He's a
remember?
big man. You don't want to piss him off, Robbins. Those hands can grab an ELO by the head and squish him like a Coke can.
Thinking about like our brief moments with Elo over the years, and we gave him a chance.
Yeah,
he was new to the job. He jumped up during an eight swell live. But do you remember Saint Mick from Penrith getting the full stink nose and just not copping it? And
No, he smelled a rat.
Saint Mick was on stage with us. We're at the Torquay pub. What did I do?
Stop kicking your foot.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Well,
Oh, we're getting little. Yeah, we're at the Torquay pub and Elo's waxing lyrical about the grand vision of surfing and Mick's just chirping from the side. Nah, don't back that. Not a fan. Just chirping. And fuck, we should have listened to Saint Mick, mate.
Yeah.
As all human beings, all surfers should do. It's the gospel.
He smelt a Judas in the ranks of the core disciples and he was having none of it.
Yeah.
Interesting too, on that night, I'll never forget Griffin Colapinto repeatedly referring to ELO as uncle. I was just thinking about ELO's connection to surfing and some of the things he said. And I'm like, this guy, and I think St. Mick kind of pointed this out on the night, he's some kind of corporate Trojan horse. And it wouldn't surprise me whether he was even an Israeli asset working on behalf of the CIA.
What do they call this? A plant.
Yeah, a plant to splinter and destroy this proudly counterculture pursuit that is surfing with a bunch of corporate pasteurization and squeaky clean image buffering. Because, look, you read quotes like this from Logan, and it really got me thinking, like, was this guy actually a CIA stooge? I mean, listen to this. Let's be clear, I'm not a good surfer by any measure, but I'll never forget what my friend Laird told me when I was starting.
Oh, red flag already. My friend Laird.
He asked me if I could tell who the best surfer in the lineup was. I threw many answers at him. The surfer taking the biggest turn.
Taking the biggest turn?
Catching the biggest air.
Catching the biggest air?
The best barrel ride? With each answer, he said no. Then he looked at me and said, it's the surfer having the most fun. Now, if that's not the testimony of a CIA stooge, I don't know what is. Like, and you really question, like, where's he been hiding these past 2 years, ELO? Venezuela? Syria? Cuba? Offering their heads of states an image buffering deal that was too good to refuse, and if they didn't agree, dead, fired, gone, cut! Which got me to thinking, what's Griffin's role in this? Has he been compromised? Does ELO have some compromising material on Griffin? Is that why he feels the need to call him uncle? Because if there is one person who should not be referred to as uncle, it is someone who believes the best surfer is that who is taking the biggest turn or
Taking the biggest turn.
catching the biggest air.
Yeah, it is a disgrace. It is a
disgrace!
disgrace. Yeah.
See where I'm going with this?
I think,
It might be
I do.
a long boat.
It's a long
connect
boat.
Griffin
because-
Colapinto of Epstein Island.
Well,
but
I think what Griffin taps into...
ELO is the missing link. Let's just remember that.
Yeah.
He's the connection between Griffin and Epstein Island. That's what I'm
Oh, my God. Mate, I just think Griffin taps into fucking people who have a big smile and a fucking generally positive outlook on life. I reckon he's just been swept up in the, what do you call that? The fucking... The hot white noise that sort of emanated off this Oprah-bred TV producer. Yeah. That's what I think it's as innocent as that, mate. That's where I'm going with that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to suggest any wrongdoing on Griffin's behalf. I hope I'm not doing that.
Well, good luck to the Robbins Corp and, what Elo brings to it. It does seem like the veneers, the larger the veneers, the more successful you could be in that world. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just a quick summary of his time with the WSL.
Oh, okay, yeah. An honour roll of achievements, if you will.
Yeah, so rolling out the now defunct Final Five format. Cut! The now defunct mid-year cut.
Go!
The now defunct reality TV show The Ultimate Surfer.
Yeah!
And awkwardly instructing Philippe Toledo to take his shirt mid-interview off so they could flex matching lion chests. Courtesy of Stab Magazine.
Oh, cringe.
What a scoop.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Didn't miss him, Ethan, with his parting shot at the backside of ELO on the way out. And, I mean, what do we know about the unceremonious axing, the cut, the firing?
Still nothing.
ELO?
NDA is
Still nothing.
in force, probably another 10 years, maybe even 25 till that, what do they call that? The fucking... The statute comes into effect and we get to release everything heavily redacted, no doubt.
Once it becomes declassified.
That's right, mate. Then we'll know the truth. You and I will be doing Ain't That Swell live at the Gosford Retirement Village by then, Smithy, which should be a good show. Jughead, Creed, Hoyo all coming back for that one.
Yeah, got to be under. Still on deep state surf propaganda and manipulation. The West Australian government has tried to cover up the fact that they torched a perfectly good beach break down at Albany by allowing mining magnates to dump a bunch of sediment behind it. That was a disgrace, yeah. They killed a pretty good beach break that produced at least a West Australian state champ, even a national surfing champ. And now they've created a pretty average left reef, most likely with a bunch of radioactive waste from a nearby mine, and then funded a schmaltzy Maudlin documentary about said wave, and then I'm assuming paid Stab some solid backsheesh for them to run said documentary on the website. It's a disgrace. Holy shit, that film was unwatchable garbage. The maudlin, uplifting piano solo as the film crescendos with a few of the old boys talking about how future generations will come to benefit from this glorified rip bowl on rocks nearly made me sick. What a disgrace. Give us some truth. Divert some of the mining explosive into the hands of some Swellians, and we'll give you a couple of waves to get you up and about. I know a couple of militant surf rebels who will happily blow some end sections off some sketchy closeout slabs. Yeah.
So this
then
is,
you'll get a couple of
has
our
this
votes
been
until then. Boycott Vaughan.
totally confirmed as a piece of fucking mining propaganda.
Well, that's the allegation.
Wow.
Made by some in the surfing community most notably me.
Far out.
Well, it could only be. I mean, did you watch the film?
I have not watched the film, no. No, because like my time is precious. I'll give Stab in the Dark a run. I'll give, any clip by Noah Dean a run. When it starts getting into fucking these weird little videos about how an artificial reef has benefited the community, I don't know if I'm even fucking am I even clicking on that headline, Smithy? Probably not. So what's your personal vibe? I mean, I know, I heard the rant, disgrace. I heard the rant, but how are we feeling about this? Is this the fucking first tentacles of the undercurrent, the mining money starting to sort of crawl up from beneath us? You and I are going to be pretty soon singing the praises of some brand new artificial reef at Main Beach Byron, or I don't know, maybe even out the front here at Wardell. Is this where we're headed?
It could be. It's a classic play from the mining magnate book, the economic hitman agenda of the likes of ELO and all those who've gone before him, manipulating the narrative and the agenda.
Smiv and Deadly wearing hard hats with Gina Reinhardt going, hey, check this out, new artificial reef going in. What a fucking wonderful addition it's going to be to this excellent beach break at Dunsborough.
That's right. I mean, and we've seen mines do this all over the world in other facets of life. Not surfing, whether it's the Congo or Nigeria, they poison some delta with oil and sludge runoff, and then build a preschool. Curry favour.
Oh, look how much we've done for the community, even though our tax dollars are all getting shipped overseas, and we could have built fucking 180,000 preschools if we fucking just paid $1 in tax.
Exactly. It reeks of that kind of agenda. You destroy a wave and then you rebuild one with your rocks and pebbles. And look, the wave, in my mind, fucking kind of sucks. Like, it's like an almondy.
But is it like
bowl? But like, it's a reef, but it's like you can't really get pitted on it. You can maybe get one turn off before it fattens out. And maybe I'm just reacting to the amount of hype on it. Like, Mids Reef, it's like a proper wave. It looks mental. It's a world-class
Are there any
wave.
other beaches in that zone, or is it just all fucking deaths, fucking Mortal Conequence, Kirby Brown, fuck cones?
I'm not sure. I know that there was a beachy that was destroyed by mining sediment.
Right.
Basically, ships that just dumped a bunch of shit out the back of it, and it rendered it unsurfable.
Wow.
And that was a proper beach bay. That was like the go-to wave for the community down there. So yeah, don't know, but it does stink, and I wouldn't be surprised if ELO had his fingers in this somewhere. It does reek of the mass appeal agenda of some slimy corporate government narc. They've besmirched the proud name of Albany, in my opinion. I'd rather see that money spent on a Bali-sized monolithic Hindo deity in the form of Albany's greatest export, Jody Cooper, than some shit reef. Under.
I love that. Huge under. Yeah, we've got Paulina statue at Bondi. It's time to get Jody. Well, maybe one of those, like you say, the big concrete monolith. The one that you can see from Canggu on the headland there at the Bukit. And the big one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That size, Jody Cooper.
Towering over this pissant
webbed
Johnny Boy
gloves,
domes.
gaff, victory wetsuit, the whole works.
Yes.
Love it.
Love that idea.
That's an over.
Massive over.
Yeah.
Vaughan, the source of the mystery fat balls plaguing Sydney's eastern suburbs beaches has finally been revealed, as reported by Beach Grit. This is what they had to say. 2 years ago or thereabouts, a real mystery unfurled around Sydney, Australia. Little balls of stinky goo began clogging otherwise pristine lineups. Initially thought to have been the result of an oil spill, science quickly discovered they actually consisted of human fecal matter, cooking oil, soap scum, fingernail clippings, margarine, and drugs.
Oh,
Hours ago,
what a
however,
smoothie.
Yeah. Hours ago, it was revealed that the fat balls actually came from a giant, quote, fat berg lodged in the sewer system. Sydney Water Managing Director Darren Cleary shared, "We don't know exactly how big the fat berg is. The size of 4 buses, that would be the maximum potential extent of it. It may be that, it may be slightly smaller. We don't exactly know."
Where is this Fatberg?
It's in Sydney in the sewer system somewhere.
Oh, wait. So it's not out. It hasn't cut loose. It hasn't broken free and made a run for the ocean yet.
No, there's 4 buses worth of fatberg lodged.
And it's just delaminating into these
by
tiny
bit.
little fat balls.
Yes,
And
you're right.
spreading its seed all over Sydney.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
And unfortunately, most of the fatberg is impossible to reach. There's a component of that tunnel which we can't safely access, Cleary continued before shrugging and proclaiming, I can't guarantee there won't be debris balls in the future. We are doing what we can to minimise the risk of that occurring. We certainly do apologise for the inconvenience
Oh, no worries, mate.
that it's caused.
No, all good, bruh. All good, mate. What's that? Toenails and drugs and what was the other stuff? Cooking oil and soap?
Soap scum.
No, mate, no.
Fecal
all
matter.
good,
Don't
bruh.
forget fecal matter.
As long as you're sorry about it, mate, all good. Cheers, man. Thanks for saying sorry. I really appreciate that. Who the fuck are these people, Smithy?
Yeah, I mean, surely...
Where's the accountability for this? Where's the charges? Like, if you throw a fucking piece of litter on the bin, we pay taxes, so this shit is cleaned up.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, at
don't
some
get it.
point, the responsibility also has to be shared by those of us who are contributing to this fatberg.
By shitting in toilets.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are we consuming
What's-
that has made our shit stick to the roof of the sewers?
Yeah.
And congeal with soap scum, drugs. I mean, like the drugs, is that part of this congealing effect? That's
I mean, don't
occurred with
let
our
that
shit?
get out. Don't let that get out. There'll be people down there with just straws snorting these fatbergs before you fucking know it.
Oh yeah, cooking them up.
Oh, mate.
Shooting them up.
You know it.
It's a disgrace. But it does remind me of the what was really the golden age of Bondi surfing, which ironically coincided with the brown age of water quality down there.
Did you know that I met Paul Keating once? He was Prime Minister at the time. He was on the campaign trail. And Mambo was next door to our office, the Tracks office in Boundary Street, Darlinghurst. And we heard the Prime Minister was next door, shaking hands, kissing babies. We went down and
Went in for the handshake and gave him a stiff uppercut to the
I
chin.
just went in for the handshake because I was a bit of a Labor man back then, I guess, just because of the family and all that.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, hello," and he goes, "Fuck, who let you in here?" He just sort of like gave me a bit of lip, and I was like, just fucking thought I'd say g'day because you're in the neighbourhood. And he goes, "Oh yeah, what are you doing?" I work for Tracks, and he knew what Tracks was. He was like, "Oh, classic." And then Ridgeway came over, who was my boss, and he goes, the stormwater drain issue was huge at the time at Bondi. And he goes, "Hey, mate, what's going on with this stormwater issue? Like, there's shit on the beaches. There's fucking syringes everywhere." And he goes, "Look, man," he said to Neil, he goes, "Look,
I can't regulate Kevin Brennan. If he wants to shoot up on the beach,
there's nothing I can do about it." But he said, "Look," he goes, "I've always said to the state governments, stop pumping this shit. Just treat it where it is. Like, just get little fucking... get your little local zones to have their own little sewage treatment plants and then fucking run the runoff once it's done. Stop pumping it to one place and it becomes a fucking huge problem." So maybe Keating, before he got absolutely demoed in that very election, was sort of onto something. But I don't know. This fatberg's a concern.
yeah, it is a real concern, and it might be the case that we're reaping what Keating sowed back then.
Yeah.
With that policy of
It was a classic
sewage treatment.
Classic just palming off the fucking thing onto the state governments and not the federal government as well.
Totally. And I think you just underestimated the amount of fructose syrup processed foods,
Chico rolls
saturated
were big back
fats,
then.
Chico rolls.
They were big back then.
That were going into our diet.
Yeah.
We're going to create this congealing effect and this giant fatberg. How do we rid ourselves of this thing, Vaughn? If we can put a man on the moon, surely we can start to chip into this giant fatberg.
What is going on with the planet? We've got this freaking garbage island in the middle of the Pacific. We've got this fatberg in the Sydney Sewage system. What next, Smithy? What next?
This is apocalyptic.
Fucking Israeli pube village, island floating around out there as well. What next?
It never ends. I mean,
Christ!
how do we get rid of this fatberg? Do we send it feels like almost the script to some Hollywood film where we send a crack team of experts up the sewer system.
Yeah, it reeks of that.
With headlamps on.
Yeah.
Like a kind of similar scenario to that Navy SEAL team that went and saved the Thai boy who was trapped in the cave.
Yes, but why don't we take a leaf out of the classic Hollywood action film Armageddon's book, where they instead of sending astronauts and mining engineers up into space, they just find the fucking drillers, send them up. Why don't we send pro surfers in to attack this fatberg?
That's a great idea.
Harry Bryant, instant startup. He'd be a great lead, team leader. I can imagine him just fucking donning the hazmat suit and just diving into the fatberg, placing a few grenades. Run! Run, everybody! She's gonna blow! Yeah. Next minute, it's just like that last scene in Ghostbusters where the whole city's just ripping in fatberg.
Oh.
Good scene. Fuck, we're onto something.
Yeah, I mean...
We'll get Sea-Dance onto it.
Yeah.
That fucking AI that's just like making movies in 25 seconds now.
Yeah. But until then, look, be careful out there in the lineups of the eastern suburbs. I mean, we've put up for a lot for a long time. And look, we'll get through this together as a community.
We will.
We survived the Bondi cigars of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And look, this fatberg issue, like, we will overcome.
We will overcome. Under. That's 3 unders.
Well,
That's unheard of.
the world is going to seed, so it's not wholly
Should
surprising.
we get into some swelling?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Fuck, I need me specs for this, mate. I'm getting old. You know how I've been, like, off the piss? And I'm not, like, the biggest drinker, like, in terms of midweek drinking anyway. Like, I don't really drink during the week, but on the weekends I like having a beer with friends. But fuck, mate. Oh, mate. It is making just a genuine impact on my daily happiness and energy levels. The one thing I've noticed that's been the biggest surprise, dude, is how much time I've got in the day now.
Oh,
Like, there's no guilt in my blood. I'm not feeling rushed. I'm not feeling, fuck, I've got to get there. I've got to do this. It's like nothing's overwhelming. It's all just cruisy. Weird. It's totally changed my perception of time.
man, it's crazy that really the biggest thing that we have to contend with as humans, like the one thing that we can control and that we should work to control is our emotions.
Yeah.
And we can do that through healthy lifestyle choices because beyond that, you can't really control anything else. But as a global population, if everyone worked on doing the work to control their emotions through making healthy lifestyle choices, the world would start to resemble the humans that live in it. Instead, we make endlessly toxic lifestyle choices, which result in monolithic fatbergs in the basements of our sewers and sex pests running the world and the biggest military on earth. So, look, we only have ourselves to blame.
It's true, mate. But I'll tell you, I'm fucking enjoying it. And I'm not finding it difficult. And,
No, we're doing the work. We should enjoy it. We enjoy the fruits.
Do you know what? Last year I did it, and I actually did find it quite maybe challenging isn't the word, because it was just like tempting. Like there was constant temptation as I was trying to like just get 8 weeks into a non-drinking period. And it was, the temptations were kind of like real. You know what I mean? Like it was like, fuck, we got a friend's birthday, or there's this going on or that going on. Even things like the single fin, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, man, fucking this time around, so easy. It's like the repetitive, like having done it already, it's easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's hard when you're surrounded by people who are absolutely nuking their microbiome with piss and drugs.
Nuking it.
Yeah, fuck, it's wild. Like, I actually experienced this on a recent boat trip where I was just surrounded for 10 days by the most rampant degenerate pissheads, and being a non-drinker, there's almost no way you can survive that kind of environment without having to kind of lean into drinking a bit.
Yeah. And,
fucking slurring drunkards in your face relentlessly. Like, there's only one way to survive that, and that is to fucking self-medicate, because those cunts are annoying.
and, mate, look, I'm not judging anyone for their choices either, by the way. Like, I fucking love a beer. And we're about to sign a fucking big deal with Stone & Wood, which is going to be sick, because I fucking love having a beer.
Yeah.
At times when I fucking had a good serve and I'm fucking
100%.
hanging with the bras and it's awesome. And I want to drink top quality beer too, like top quality shit.
1 or 2 beers is great, but 10 and then just relentlessly repeating the same story you told me yesterday and the day before that. No
Which
bueno.
I am horrendously guilty of.
Mate, every fucking pisshead is. That's why I avoid them like the plague.
Anyway, don't know. I just felt like sharing that. I actually got a shout out from a Swellian. Fuck, I don't have the message here. I actually saved it and everything because I wanted to read it out. A guy's been a year into his journey and he's just fucking that pumped. He shared with me lots of sort of like the benefits that he's enjoyed just to share. And I wanted to read it out, but I'll do it next ep because yeah.
And just quickly, I want to clarify that there's the human being and then there's the pisshead version of him. And I can love the human being.
Yeah.
Whilst also wanting to strangle the pisshead version of him. Those things do coexist in my reality.
Let's get into some questions, eh?
Let's go.
House of Foam and Froth.
Oh, he's always chipping in this, Lord.
Mate, as soon as the question goes up, he's just there ready to fucking pounce.
He's a content master too. He's got some great gear on his
so
page.
Good. Love it. Question for VD. Do you honestly think you'd still be today if you didn't make it under that cloud break death bomb?
Oof.
Mate, it's an easy one. No chance.
You would have been evaporated like 3,000 Palestinian corpses under the weight of an American bomb.
Yeah, it was pretty much like I had accepted as the horizon went black that it could be lights out for old rinsed corn, mate. Yeah. Would have just been a kernel floating around on the inside, like just that little kiddies wave at Tavarua, just a little kernel where VD used to be.
Yeah, I could see that. Just a kernel floating around on the inside, or
a little mahi-mahi, or a little
airborne.
a little barracuda just gobbling it up, and that'd be the last of me. No, it would have been gone. Dead set, the most scared I've ever been. Stab low. Because some familiar faces here. Hey, Smivy and RC. Oh, rinse corn. I haven't been called RC before. Thank you. Do vet surfers like yourselves class wave pool surfers as real surfers? I feel we have a stigma of not being worthy of the juice, UTFS. So Stab low must be born and bred in the pool.
Wow.
A chlorine... Waves of chlorinated consequence.
Mate, there's consequence in chlorine. Just ask your skin and hair follicles in the coming years. But, yeah, it's interesting. I was a bit spellbound by the Mad Swellian Hazza Grant, the rugby league icon, and how fucking good that guy surfs.
Hazza!
Trips me out. And I realised he's figured out an ingenious hack. Where, he has a membership to Urban Surf down there in Melbourne and he's always surfing it. And the genius hack is that being like, it's kind of what we were alluding to at the start of the program, being a fucking 90 plus kilogram weapon rugby league player is not conducive to being able to sprint paddle around lineups and chase down these TPs that have emanated from a few thousand kilometers away. That's kind of one of the reasons why, I found football and surfing so incompatible. Like, as soon as you do those weights and conditioning programs, you're immediately incapable of getting around lineups and getting yourself on waves. But by surfing in the wave pool, you eliminate all that. So there is no paddling or positioning. And therefore you're able to, basically just stay in the spot and get your waves and continue to rip at a high level.
Mate.
So I just think it's a smart move to keep your reps up and to keep your feel for surfing up, whilst avoiding having to paddle and fucking deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
Genius.
I reckon I've got no issue. As much as like I've just started this app saying that, the pool isn't necessarily surfing in the eyes of some. The Stab High that we went to last year was one of the best surf comps I've ever been to. And I've got no misgivings about classing people who are surfing chlorinated waves as surfers. It's just that, when you're drowning and it's 8 to 10 foot, you're out in the ocean. Fucking, guess who won't be coming to save you? Fucking VD, mate. Hey, did you see? So remember we talked a little while ago, Smithy, about the Molly wipeout that we were wondering if it was the one that caused the headache, the head knock.
Yeah.
Well, I ran that as the sort of like the bait to get the swell-ins to ask questions. It is the most comical wipeout, and the world champ has actually chipped in here on the thread. And she said, how do you kick out? How do you kick out?
Not like
how
that.
do you kick out? Because in this video, Molly gets slapped.
It's always...
What's your go-to kick out, Spivvy?
Well,
I'm so fascinated to know
it's so
this.
tantalising to always want to kick out because if you straighten out, you're just setting yourself up for an extra potential 5 minutes of paddling, depending on the situation. So, yeah, kicking out over the back, you always want to do it. Mate, I tend to... I mean, if you can, you kick out with the board. A kick out, kind of a little ollie off the back and then kick away from the board is probably the safest way. I went through a period of grabbing the board, like kicking it into my hands and kind of belly flopping on top of the board.
Yep.
But that is fraught with peril, particularly for the family jewels.
You know who the queen of the kick out is in that style is Steph Gilmore. That's one of her. That's one of her
Buttery.
most trademark moves. Is this buttery, like fanging, almost always at high speed, just little tiny like kick of the board straight up under her chest, and she just glides back into the lineup like a pelican landing.
Well, in fairness, unless there's something I don't know about Steph, she doesn't have what I have between my legs. So there's a lot less.
Oh, you
peril.
reckon the junk creates a bit of a no-go zone for sliding, like the kick out where you exit straight to prone and then just bodyboard off into the distance?
Yeah, well, if you get it wrong, if the velocity is too high, if the angle of the
slow
board,
burn sack whack.
oh, you can give yourself
Yeah.
a tremendous sack whack, a knob squish,
The slow one. Oh, the slow burn where you don't know if someone brushed your sack, and then about 3 minutes later you just buckled over.
Yeah, well, you're in that kind of a upward dog cobra position a
Yeah.
lot of the time. So like a lot of the energy upon impact is being generated around the pelvic pubis region. Like it can go pear-shaped. I still enjoy that kick out, but I just have felt some pretty nasty consequences.
Well, I used to absolutely love going as fast as I could and just doing the biggest throwaway air that I could, just like to get that technique of having the board come up under my feet. But that is fraught with peril because you can so easily lose control up there and come down through the board, land on the fins. The higher you go, the more risk there is for something like some sort of like fucked collision going on.
Yeah.
The worst example of that is obviously Dill Longbottom's brother, Darren, who fucking broke his neck doing that.
It's the crap.
And
I thought it was he kicked out with the classic head first, just kick off the back and you're aiming to go through the water head first, but the board's at the last second yanked off the leggy and ended up under his head. So he's gone head first.
He scorpioned completely into his board, into the stringer, which we're going to get him on. And we're going to do an episode on his book. It's fucking an incredible read, man. After the break, if you can get it, check it out. Yeah, Daz. Fucking love you, bro. We're going to get you on soon. Molly Picklum. Lovely to see the world champ on the thread, though, Smithy.
Yeah, go with the Steph method. Look, you're not packing any heat between the legs, so you can cop a hit down there.
Pete's Bank Threads wants to know. Hello, gents. Sorry if this one has been covered before, but what is the best method for calling a surfer off a wave that you are already on?
I like the Xena method.
No sounds like go. No sounds like go. Oh, no sounds like go. Sorry. Fuck, on your P. I fucking butcher these sometimes. So should we all just scream like banshees? No sounds like go. Oh, that gets into some weird areas, doesn't it? The whole consent issue. No sounds like go. Okay.
Why would you say no?
No, go.
Who says no when they're calling someone off a wave? I don't
You're on a look. I was on the outside, and I swear, Your Honour, he said go. That's not a defence, mate. Not in this day and age. You got to make sure. You got to look him in the eyes. You got to say, "Are you okay if I go?"
Yeah, it's true. There's been a lot of grey area.
What's your go-to? Do you have a whistle? Do you go? Yep.
I like.
That's mine.
Mine is the Xena Warrior Princess method, where you yell a really high pitched Xena,
You do that?
Yeah.
I want to see that. Mine's just like, it's so rare for me to call someone off. Like, I'm pretty just like, fuck, like, you go, bro. It's like, unless it's really cooking and I'm like in a bit of a mood. But when I am in a mood, I just go like that. Yep, 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 yep. That's it.
Yeah. Or I generally, if it's not the Xena Warrior Princess war chant, it is just a very booming and unequivocal, yo! Something like that.
Well,
leave it in no doubt.
Yeah. Jez77 has chipped in. There's a scale, he reckons. I reckon this could be on point. Woo! Yeah, he goes, it goes from a knowing look to yip, yip, to oi, oi, to oi, cunt face, get the fuck off my way, you fucking dog. So he's pretty much nailed that.
Yeah, I just think that if you're going to go, just let the whole lineup know. Make it loud and resounding. You don't have to do it twice or 3 times.
Agreed. The senior citizen. Is there too much of a good thing? Like, I love club surfing, and the Usher Cup was 10 out of 10. Fucking unreal. But we have the ABB finals in a couple of weeks. Can we not space these god-tier events out a little bit? That way we can let the dust settle before we sink our teeth into the best surfing events out there. He's got a point here, man. These club comps are so entertaining. Like, there's no sitting around. You're never looking at the back of someone's head just sitting there doing nothing for 20 minutes at a time. Like, if you're not watching them fucking belt towards the beach, belting lips, like getting coned, you're watching the drama on the beach of the team shitting themselves. You're watching coaches have fucking meltdowns. You're watching Chloe and Dino in a towel, shaking like a leaf.
Get it right, 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 get it right.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Bugs and Theo could look at even running it a little later in the year once the tour's left and you know, because like lots of the surfers in this thing are around at that time of year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want Bugs and Theo to move the event, just given how hard they've scored in consecutive events.
True.
The final climaxing and pumping behind the rock snapper. But it's a good point. I'm just glad that it's all on TV and able to be consumed by the hungry, voracious surf fans out there. Because when I was growing up, like, you would watch the Nutrigrain Ironman series just because it kind of resembled surfing a little bit. It was
That's
the
right.
closest thing that we had.
That's
to
all
it.
we had.
Was
Surfing in little pink hats, rashies, and fucking banana socks.
Yeah.
Sock hammocks.
using
banana
the most
hammock.
archaic surf equipment ever invented, shit that should have been thrown on the funeral pyre 100 years ago. And they're out there trying to knife drops on 8-foot fucking Gold Coast main beach, getting the craziest scorpions.
Some of the most
Surf
horrendous
ski collisions,
wipeouts.
fucking surfboat, fucking catapults. It was one of the great exercises in kind of human sacrifice. And I do really commend the clubby scene for, throwing themselves into harm's way like that just for our shits and giggles. God damn, it was funny. And in fact, during the Usher Cup broadcast, I was channeling a bit of that Daryl Eastlake energy in my call.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the great big man in the sky. I'm assuming he's dead.
Oh, he's long gone.
Yeah. But, a great product. Just seeing the drama, so much drama in the ocean, and now it's proper Core Lord surfers.
Yeah.
It's so sick. This is a golden age of surfing broadcasting. I hope people realize
It really is. And there's so many different kinds of events. But the two premier club events in the entire world being, a few weeks apart. Oh, it stings a little bit. But I mean, maybe at the same time, it's not so bad because you're familiar with the teams now. You know what I mean? Like when you watch the ABB, funnily enough, Torquay didn't qualify, so they're not even in it.
That's insane.
But if you watch the ABB and you've watched the Usher Cup, you're pretty familiar with the makeup of the team and who's in it and sort of a little bit about their culture.
Bit of a series.
So maybe just saying this, senior citizen, maybe it's a good thing, mate, because you know who you're going for if your local club
Some
ain't in it.
continuity. I like that. Cool.
Primero Surf wants to know, Smivvy, when will the ATS song list be on Spotify? I thought you were doing it.
Fuck.
I can't find Up the Bainey anywhere. Can you? Have
mate,
you got a version?
I don't think so.
An ATS live version that's not as good?
What are some of the songs I couldn't find? Yeah. Up the Baney was one of them. Oh, I can't remember. I did start compiling them, and then I hit a bit of a roadblock. So there was certain tracks I didn't have.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. I was like, oh, we can't put out a half-finished album.
No.
But if you've got any songs, if you know where to find them, Swellings, look, there's thousands of hours of us rambling. It's really hard for us to figure out where those songs are. Maybe there's some kind of AI program that can find where they are. But yeah, please send them in. Send any links you've got, any scoops, any tidbits, anything we can investigate. Yeah. We'll do it, and we'll get you that album.
Awesome. Salty Sea Dog. G'day, lads. If you could rewind surfing back to a certain era and freeze it there forever, what are you picking and why, UTFS? What's your favourite era? I kind of tapped into this at the start of the show. I honestly reckon, man, I just reckon that the era that means the most to me is when I fully fell in love with surfing. And that's like Filthy Habits, like Occy, way pre-world title. Like it's kind of like 80s Occy. Pump, fucking All Down the Line, Tom Carroll at his best, Potts, Kong, just the fucking big dogs, dude. That was just such a good era. And I like getting a magazine was just like buying Tracks magazine was honestly like getting led into a world that you couldn't believe existed. Like it was the surfing internet. And you got in there, and the first time you ever saw swearing in print, you just felt like, wow, I'm part of something that no one knows how fucking badass this is. So that's mine. I'd say 1990 would be my prime surf time.
I'm going to go late 90s and the Billabong Super Challenges as a concept. Like, I think it was the high watermark of professional surfing. You had Rabbit calling the shots, and you had all of the best surfers and greatest style masters, even to this day, when you look across the teams. Like those styles are inimitable and completely spellbinding. Machado, Curran, Sonny G, Slater, Dorian, Taylor Knox. Fuck, I'm sure there's people I'm missing. Louis Egan. Ock, I don't know if I said Ock, but so sick. And also surfing was so exotic then. What was it called? Desert Dreaming, wasn't it? Was the first one in the...
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
The one in the desert.
Yeah.
And then you had the
Billabong
one
Challenge
that,
the Desert.
in Indo and Australia.
J-Bay.
J-Bay, that's right. And like that was the peak of surfing being accessible and visible through video, but still deeply counterculture.
So good.
And super weird, and like they're tripping around Indo on some teak boat, eating food together, the best surfers on earth. Can you imagine trying to replicate that now? It'd be fucking impossible. There'd be like 15 team managers on there.
Yeah. Entourage.
They'd all have their own boats.
Yeah, mine coaches, Elo and Anthony Robbins doing little fucking speeches to motivate the crew.
Yeah. Probably like somehow coerce the Super
Bowls
Challenge to
stand on the fucking tip of the boat.
It's chasing some Misto Caribbean left off Epstein Island. Like
it's not what we need, mate.
No, it's not. We don't need to go there. But look, that was a golden age.
Early 90s for me, late 90s for you. Love it. Carl Jack. For VD regarding fatherhood, my missus is off to the States for a month and leaving me with the toddler. How do I rinse corn during this time? Please help, boys. Ooh. Call in the grandparents, mate. If they're still going, call them in.
Yeah.
That's their time to shine so that you can go and get a little bit of, just wash off the day, mate. Wash off the day. That's Toddlers can be a handful. I know it. Nothing worse than going into the back of the car, finding the little chew sticks and all the leftover food scraps just embedded in the fabric. Oh, mate. It's a nightmare, but it's also a magic time. Don't wish it away. If the grandparents aren't around, then who would I lean on to help me out? I think Aussie. I think I just dropped them off at the nearest pro surfers house every now and again. Yeah.
Wow.
If you've got one handy, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I love Aussie. I don't know if I would, having spent a bunch of time around at his joint, I don't know if I would trust him to take care of my toddlers.
Whoa.
But look, today's generation of professional surfers, it's a much more, clinical, clean living generation. So if, Ethan Ewing or Jack Robbo is around the corner from you, drop them off.
Well, I mean, Jack Robbo's well versed in changing nappies and being a, available father. He's a great option if you need a babysitter. Give Jack Robbo a call.
For sure, it's a great idea. And we can even put his number in the show notes.
Fuck, let's do it. Jack
like-
Robbo's babysitting service.
Yeah.
His knee's a bit still out. I reckon he's just sitting on the couch.
Oh, I'm sure he'd love nothing more than to take care of some stranger's toddler.
Yeah.
But
Robbo, it's Carl, mate. What are you up to? Look, Deadly and Smithy said to give you a call. I've got to go for a quick wave. Would you mind looking after the Grom for me? Like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 hours? Thinking of going down the coast with the boys. Might even stay the night. Yeah, mate, bring him over. Yeah, bring him over. Love to look after him. Yeah, bring him over.
what a legend.
Banger Spice, Smithy wants to know. Oh, fuck, I've lost him. Here we go. Has the economic melt of the surf industry been good for Aussie competitive surfing? As it seems now the Aussie Q lads are finally showing some grit. Wow, that's something we didn't consider with this Brazil thing. Like, none of the Aussie Changers lords are on big coin. Nothing like the 90s.
They pretty much all have a part-time job.
Yeah, I mean, Morgs was telling you he's doing lifeguarding. Like, when we were making this new Rippy film, like, he had to get time off his lifeguarding work to come and do it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not just living the life of a pro surfer. He's working and fitting his pro surfing around that. So, yeah, maybe the industry eating shit is good for fucking the grit merchants of the next generation.
Yeah, it's such a silver lining, but it is such a good point, man. Like, when you have to rip in on the tools and just see how hard fucking ordinary people work, like, it just makes you realize pro surfing is a fucking dream. Yeah, you got to go work your slot out in the gym or get up early and, you know, get up for the Dawny surf 3 times a day. But compare it to fucking being a bricklayer, like, which is just like a plumber, a sparky, any of the trades, dude, especially up here on the North Coast where it's fucking hot, a roofer. Like, mate, have a go.
Yeah.
You got to
True.
have a go to get a go.
And just to be clear on that, the last line said, as it seems now the Aussie Q lads are finally showing some grit in capital. So sorry about that. Alex Knox.
Knoxy, brah.
This is a good question. Is all this surf skate hate really necessary? The functional movements to help replicate the turning action and body contortion, pivot in, extend out, it seems useful, just like the foam pit at HPC. Frankly, I think it deserves more hate. Looking like a flamingo flapping on the concrete. He starts off like, he lured me into this whole, like, the surf skate, you know, the carved skateboard sort of things.
Course.
Like, fucking, he's going, yeah, man.
Who's the flamingo?
Well, anyone who's on him, because he turns on him. He does a full 180 towards the back and just goes, what a fucking joke they are. Please do not. You look like an idiot. You look like a pink bird flapping around on these things.
The thing is, we've reinvented surf skating with this really, like, expensive, large piece of equipment. But, you know, go back to the golden age of Bainey, Haran, Buttons, Dogtown Z-Boys when we're riding those little skateboards.
Yeah.
They are the ultimate surf skate device.
Yeah.
Like, that's really how you do proper carves and, it's kind of the genesis of skateboarding came from surfing for that very reason, is that they unlock very similar lines and similar muscles and muscle memory to doing a carve on a surfboard.
Yeah.
Why did we have to go and invent some fucking Scandinavian
Mid-length.
double-decker mid-length with swiveling like panels? It's a fucking odd contraption. And you do look like a fucking nerd. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you look fucking bad. It's a bad look.
Just go old school. Get the fucking lightning bolt, double stringer, stripes up there.
Has anyone pulled it off, in your view?
Oh, I've never seen it.
The surf
Never
skate?
seen it pulled off.
What about Fano? Didn't Fano have one for a hot second?
Let's not revisit that chapter of
No,
Saint Mick.
no. St. Mick can do no wrong. We have washed that from the annals of history.
yeah.
A greenwashing, a spirit washing, if you will.
Oh, look, Jesus was
yeah.
just an ordinary man, a carpenter who had a lady of the night by his side.
That's right.
He wasn't the perfect human. He made mistakes, so they all do. And that was St. Mick's one besmirchment, let's say.
Fanning, I'm pretty sure, has his own skate carved board.
God, we might have to talk to the Vatican about expunging that from the record by whatever means necessary.
Please do. Jai Koogley wants to know. Hope I pronounced that right, Jai. Has Ronnie always had such a sultry voice, or did he sell his soul to the devil to acquire such detail? How did you find it sitting next to Ronnie up at the World Club Championship and get to share mic time with him?
Yeah, I found out that there's levels to this shit, and he is eloquence personified. The delivery and the buttery lingo and the command of like what the fuck's actually going on in this event. That's pretty complicated at times. Had me baffled.
Yeah.
I was just as I said on the broadcast, I grow pumpkins down here in Wardell, and then I fucking zip up once a year to commentate an event and find out I'm way out of my depth.
I did have a chuckle looking at the highlights of the final when Brookie gets his tube behind the rock and Ronnie's doing his best to commentate the actual in-the-moment heat, and you and I are just over the top of him going, "Oh, tricky chook!" Just absolutely bringing Ronnie down to our level. A bit of swelling and fuck.
Got it.
Anyway, that's why he's on the CT. The noisy surfer. Hello, mate. Have you ever caught a big wave on a gun? Or do you hunt out the novelty waves on these days at all the collective kitty corners and such? So this is a good question, actually, because, when it's the day of days at your local and you see the Tommy Myers out there fucking absolutely sending deluxe on big rhino chases, like, are you going to the house, looking underneath the fucking thing, going, there it is, pulling out this slimy old dusty fucking 9-foot pintail that, you bought at a garage sale that might have been owned by Bryce Ellis or fucking Ross Clark Jones at some point, and dusting it off, waxing it up and getting out there? Or are you going, you know what, that little right shorey in the corner at Manly there is more my speed? What's your go-to when the surf's up, Smiv?
Well, for whatever reason, we were obsessed with getting barreled going up. So on those huge days, there was generally slabs that were tucked behind headlands where it would wrap around and it'd still be 6 foot in there.
Yeah.
So we're always chasing round waves. And I, to this day, don't own one of those kinds of surfboards. The irony is it's far safer to be surfing a fucking 10-foot plus steep peak style wave with a big drop on it than it is to be surfing a 4 to 6 foot slab. And I would like to explore that more. It's just that, where we live now, those waves don't even exist on the North Coast. But I have done it once in my life on the southern coastline.
Yeah.
Will Weber 7.6, and it was maybe in that like 8 to 10 foot. Yeah, it was like 8 to 10 foot. Yeah, it was like big, rippable kind of high performance left. It was actually one of the best surfs of my life.
Fuck,
Big
how good is
drops
it?
and
How good is it?
big calves on this huge bowl. It was fucking insane.
Mate, I'll never forget, first time I went to Hawaii, got picked up by Sam Carrier and I think Matty Owens and Luke Stedman. They all picked me up at Honolulu. They were all staying at the Kui Lima, or, the Turtle Bay now, in the apartments there. And we stopped at Pipeline. They took me down. I put my feet in the water. It was kind of just calm. You're straight out of North Shore, like fucking unbelievable. And we wake up the next day and Carrier's like, "What's your biggest board?" And I go, "Fuck, probably like 6." I think I had a 7.2, a Luke Short 7.2. And I was like, I took 3 boards over, a 7.2, a 6.10 and a 6.8. And he just laughed at me and he goes into his bedroom, pulls out this 8-foot gun, like a thick, like drawn out pintail, dude. The biggest board I'd ever fucking seen that wasn't a longboard. And he goes, "We're going to Sunset." And we get to Sunset and it's fucking enormous, like humongous. Biggest waves I've actually laid eyes on that are surfable. And I paddle out with him and I'm just, the adrenaline was so off the wall. I'd never paddled a board like this in my life. And I'm just out there kind of lost at sea, like just watching wave after wave of just hero after hero. And like the guys who knew how to surf those boards was just on another planet. Like Tony Ray caught a wave past me and just was banking it off the bottom and just fucking belting it into the lip like he was surfing a 3-foot beachy. And then Dan Malloy got one past me. Everywhere I went, I was trying to sneak in and sort of like not get cleaned up by the West Peak. It was like fucking 12 foot plus, like huge, legit. And on my it was starting to get dark and I was just going, fuck, I was just nowhere near catching a wave. And then finally, I'm just sort of in position and this West Peak comes, this fucking classic Sunset West Peak. Like I've been dodging waves all fucking arvo. I was out there for 3.5 hours chasing Ken Bradshaw. Like whenever he made a move, I'd be like, fuck, is he paddling? Because there's a set coming. Like I just shit myself. Anyway, mate, I get this wave. And it just feels like I'm taking the drop for 10 miles. Like the board paddles so fast because it's so heavy and big. And then it comes to the inside bowl, and I fucking somehow just get this gigantic, not a deep pit, but just in the mouth of it. You know what I mean? And Joel Fitz is paddling out. It's getting dark. He's paddling out, and he fucking goes over the shoulder just screaming at me. And I was just like, holy fuck, this is my new sport. Like, that's as good as it gets, dude. Like, the speed of riding a big, like, fucking pintail that weighs like 5 times more than your normal shorty, and the speed of the wave and just the velocity that you feel on it and just how lost you feel on that much water is like unlike anything else you'll ever do in surfing. It's a totally different experience, dude. And that's where I kind of just dropped anchor for the rest of that season. I just surfed Sunset over and over and over again, having the sickest time of my life on those boards. But since then, I don't reckon I've ridden a gun.
Nah.
Maybe one day I'd have surfed with like Adzi over in from the Barrel podcast over west. He just like called us up and said, fuck, it's going to be pumping today. And we surfed like bears or something on big boards, just the three of us out. And that was sick. But, dude, fuck, it's rare for me to get on a gun these days.
Yeah. It's a crazy sensation seeing maybe the biggest wave you've ever attempted to surf steaming towards you and paddling for it and feeling a board take off. And then as you go to knife, realizing, oh, like half of this, the front part of this board's almost like halfway down the wave.
Yeah.
Like this actually doesn't feel that sketchy. I feel like kind of comfortable here. My technique's holding. I'm into this thing. And then once you make the drop and look over your shoulder and you're looking at the biggest wall of water you've ever seen, you're able to actually surf it and draw lines and carves and like come off the board. Like it's so exhilarating and so safe.
Yeah. And it makes sense. Like when you're on it and you get used to it, it's fucking the best feeling on earth. It's so damn good.
But being undergunned in that situation, riding like something in the 6 to 7 foot range and trying to catch a wave like that is fucking terrifying.
Oh my God.
Everything feels so off. You can't get under it no matter how hard you paddle.
You're caught in the lip when the offshore's blowing. It's just gnarly.
Coming off the bottom, you're chattering, the thing's threatening to mow you down. You just got to straighten out.
Do you know what's weird?
Then it gets dangerous.
First time I surfed big off the wall, I was on like that was the era. You're still riding like fucking giant knifey pintails. I've got a photo of it. Actually, I'll put it up. But the best barrel I ever got a backdoor was on like a 6'4", like not a big board at all, like a fucking pretty small board for considering the size of the surf and that. And so there's like the bigger boards when you're getting back onto the slabs are not necessarily the best boards.
They're a nightmare. And I've been watching some old clips from Hawaii lately. Clips that when I was a Grom were basically the high watermark of barrel riding. And looking back at them in the rearview mirror, fuck, it's like, it's mental for its time.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's lame by today's standards. Like, and it's because of the big boards. Like, they're so hamstrung. Like, you can't actually fully be under it. The board you need to surf waves of that consequence and take off in the correct spot are way closer in shape to a bodyboard because that's the line you need to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, bodyboarders would be riding fucking 5'11s.
Yeah.
But their boards are 42 inches.
No,
so you're
exactly.
basically looking for that kind of outline and volume distribution. And like anything north of 6'4" is basically untenable.
Oh, yeah.
In any kind of severe concaved out fucking convex fucking shape, whatever it is, like that cupped out, like slabbed out nature. You just can't do it on a big board.
No.
You got to chip in a little bit wider than that squared out bit, and then hence you kind of miss the
you
best
make
part
me
of
want to
the
go surf bombies, bro. Let's do it. Let's get some big boards to get out there. Zane Homewood, mate. He's back. G'day, Zano.
Lordo Zano.
Consider a 12 to 14 month surf trip across the globe to Asia, South and Central America. Are you bringing 2 or 3 boards? Which ones? I've already got a brand new 6'6" Gravel step up. Well played. What else would you throw in your skyrocket? Well, a 6'6" Gravel. I'm definitely taking a shorty. Like, I got to have a fish, mate. If the surf's 1 foot and you got something you can just fucking grovel on, that's it. And then if you got a 6'6" Gravel and a little tiny wiggle board, what else do you need? Just a good standard shorty, pretty much, eh?
Well, my thoughts exactly. I think if you're going to make serious tracks and travel serious kilometres, you only want a 2-board quiv. And it's a 20, and it's some kind of super versatile board that can be ridden in waves up to 8 foot.
Yeah.
So I
Agreed.
would say, yeah, it's kind of your stock shorty in a 20.
Mate, JS Schooners. They're a fucking good board. Mikey Wright can ride those in just about anything. The Noah 2s by Luke Short. Just this is my experience of like not a grovel board, but not a step up.
Mate,
These boards you can surf in just about everything.
Get a Luke Daniels ASIM 6'2". Ask for the Wonderbat model. That thing goes front side and back side.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's my board of choice.
I don't know what
So those-
DHD's latest model is, but whatever it is, Mick Fanning is tearing holes in the universe with it. And also the Juliet seems to be a bit of a go-to to everyone. That's DHD's other model, but I'm a schooner man.
I can't believe how versatile ASIMs are, front side and back side. I resisted riding them for years. And the moment I did, I'm just like,
Going
wow.
off kilter, mate. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's quite bizarre.
Hamo88 wants to know, do pro surfers truly get that new board froth? Or is it just another board?
Well, haven't just watched the latest Snake Tales episode. I think it was the latest one anyway, featuring Kanoa Igarashi getting a fresh quiv. Like, you cannot wipe the smile off their face with a wonder bat or a cricket bat or a baseball bat, any kind of
pickleball bat or
yeah, it's pretty hard to get rid of that smile. I tried.
a fat ball bat?
Yeah, that might get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you get a fucking big old fatberg slapped into your face, you might drop your fucking cheesy grin. But nothing was getting rid of Kanoa's grin. He was that jazzed. It's so funny because it really does regress them to this childlike state, which is quite actually annoying to watch on TV. You can see how much unbridled joy is emanating from. You just want to fucking steal it from them.
TB is the best example of like pro surfers, how they feel about getting boards. Because he got sent, what was it, 21 511s, almost all identical from Greg Webber, and every single one of them he loved. Like, every single one. Like, he's just, like, they love surfing more than anyone else. So, yeah, they do get new board froth. It was sick watching Rasta in that East thing, hey? Like, every board was just like a little mindgasm for him.
Yeah. Trippy little Rubik's
Just
Cube.
a little Seacock mist splurting out of the pineal. Desert Infidel. Smithy wants to know. The spicy bloom has smashed the tip of York Peninsula and with a few months of subtleties will push it to one of the last remaining pristine areas of Oz.
Oh, God.
What the fuck are the pollies doing about it? I don't know. Oh, I know they don't give a fuck about Adelaide, but we can't let this thing hit the promised land. What a fucking disgrace!
Disgrace! I want to see some heads cut.
Is that bloom still just fucking causing havoc down there? It must be. I'm so sorry we haven't given it a bit more airtime, but what a fucking disgrace!
Yeah, just kind of ran its course in the mainstream media, didn't it? They just lost interest, no doubt on the backside of some backsheesh from the big polluters that created the bloom itself. And yeah, it's just an absolute disgrace, as you mentioned, Vaughan. You got fatbergs on the east coast. You've got spicy blooms on the south coast. Jokers to the left of me. Clowns to the right.
What is it? Thermonuclear reefs, fake reefs on the west coast.
God.
Fucking offshore mining permits being granted again.
Norpa, Nopsema, fucking, I don't know.
Fucking
But
hell,
yeah,
mate.
it's just a relentless attack on surf culture, and I don't know, what do you do about it? I guess come to the Swellness Power Up and find out.
There we go.
Because really, like I said at the top of the program, the only way to properly push back on all this shit is for individuals to take some responsibility for themselves, to take better care of themselves, and that's where it starts. I know this, the monks know this, and really, it's all that can be done. You might not see it now, but once you start, you will see it. Come together, take care of yourselves, and start strategizing how to kick the fat white man in the coit.
Well said, Smithy. Well said.